and rocking. If you don't mind, tap the screen. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. Send your daily heart me. Also, the daily gift goal is the little love you very much. If we can knock that out a couple of times, it'll help push us out to the FYP, if you don't mind. If you don't mind. All right. Guys, shall we?
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey,
Step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script.
one wrong move, get cooked real quick.
Step in, don't you wanna?
Hey, sparring with Santana.
I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right, or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call.
Hey.
You slip once, I'm snatching it all.
Let's go.
Step in if you dare. You dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air.
Punch in the air.
Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
No, better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana.
Step in, if you care. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana.
Yeah. This ain't a safe place. This a flame space.
Step in,
don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana. Hey, let's get it, chat. Listen. First and foremost, happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to each and every one of you that actually celebrates Labor Day. Listen, Donald Timothy Trump went on record and actually said that we should get rid of Labor Day. Matter of fact, Trump said that we should get rid of multiple paid holidays because the United States is losing out on billions of dollars. Listen, MAGA, I don't know about you, but I could never support someone who wants to make me quote unquote work more and I don't actually get the time off. Like that's weird. That's weird. I don't know. That's weird. Anywho, let me go ahead and get my backup up here. Boom. All right, guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. Guys, please do not request up if you are friendly. We are not talking friendlies right now. We're only looking for some debates. And listen, I know, guys, I know that they know that we know that I know that you know that we know that MAGA, they're soft. And when I say soft, I mean S-A-W-F-T, soft. But MAGA is also a walking contradiction. MAGA is literally a walking contradiction. MAGA, you guys are hypocrites, and I'm trying to understand it because for some reason, you guys care about rights, but not all rights. You care about your actual rights when it comes to two-way and your pew-pews, but you don't care about rights when it comes to like undocumented immigrants getting due process. You care about whose body matters when you want to say I shouldn't have to wear a mask or take a jab. Well, for some reason you think you should be able to tell women what to do with their bodies. Listen, you guys swear that you actually protect kids, but for some reason because you're like, oh, we need to keep men out of women's spaces. But hey, where are those Epstein files? Where are those Epstein files? You protect the PDF. And guys, let's not get into how emotional you guys are. You guys used to love to call us snowflakes, but for some reason, the only thing that Trump supporters have been doing on TikTok Live is crashing out. It's weird. All you do is crash out. And then last but not least, weak leadership. Guys, you talked about Sleepy Joe. You talked about Sleepy Joe. But can we talk about Crypt Keeper Don? Because I don't know if I'm the only one that's been seeing what's going on, but Don, whoo, does not look good. Does not look good. 2.6 billion a day in the current is the current interest on debt. That's Biden's issue, not Trump. You're wrong. So first and foremost, let me go ahead and mute you because I don't care what you have to say, Jill. I'm sending you a request to get up here, and then I'm gonna mute you because I don't care what you have to say from the chat. Listen, Trump supporters, if you're new here, you may be new here, but the funny thing about me, right, is I don't really give a damn what you have to say in the comments. I don't. If you're gonna be in the comments, then shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Get in the box and say it with your whole chest because I absolutely mean this when I say I'm giving you a platform. I'm actually giving you the opportunity to make your voice heard. But if you're too much of a coward, a snowflake, then stay in the comments. Stay in the cheap seats, but you don't get the yip yap. Plain and simple. Yeah, KKK Mart or Triple K Mart. Yeah, listen, I'm just gonna go ahead and block you all together. I'm not even gonna try to engage with that nonsense. Anywho, again, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. This is Sparring with Santana. We are only looking for some debates. And again, MAGA. Stop being hypocrites. Stop being hypocrites. What I would genuinely like, and I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you, MAGA. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna force you into one conversation and the other. But what I would really like for you guys to do, because I haven't heard any Trump supporters actually giving their quote unquote opinion on this. And listen, this is the one time that you guys get to use the fifis in your tum-tum instead of actually have to know anything. This is the one time you get to use the fifis in your tum-tum. I would like to hear your opinion on what you think is going on with Trump. Because we haven't seen Trump in front of a camera in almost a week. That's not odd. That's not odd. It's definitely odd. We know for a fact that Trump. I'll hold that thought. Is it Kay Leah?
It was an accident. My bad.
No worries. I'll drop you down for now. I appreciate you. We know for a fact that Donald Trump, hell, let's call it how it is. He's an attention whore. Donald Trump has never met a camera that he didn't love. Simple. Donald Trump has never missed an opportunity to plaster his Cheeto puff face across a camera, but you guys don't think that it's been almost, it's odd that it's been almost an entire week that he's actually said anything. Yeah, now I know there is something to it, right, where he's getting in and out of cars and all this other stuff and blah, 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 blah. Listen, he doesn't look good. He doesn't. He looks weak and feeble. And at the same time where you have judges telling him that his quote unquote tariffs are unconstitutional, when you have Gavin Newsom smacking him down, and you have Russia, India, and China, all three of them Linking up. Listen, the ops are linking up. And you're going to tell me Trump isn't in front of a camera saying anything? Something in the milk ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean. You know what's also funny? Joe Biden, who was diagnosed with cancer, out here living his best life, eating ice cream, spending time with his family. MAGA, it seems like you actually you hitched your wagon to the wrong old guy. And now you guys are going to have to deal with JD Vance. Biden is responsible for a G-side. Oh, you think so, Gloria? Sure. Gloria, get up here and tell me how Donald Trump hasn't perpetuated the quote-unquote G-side even more. Right? I'm going to mute you because I don't care what you have to say in the chat. Get in the box. Get in the box. Because if you think that Joe Biden actually helped out the G side, listen, Donald Trump said it before he even got into office. He was going to get the job done.
Okay.
Hey,
Hi.
Gloria.
Hi.
How are you?
So no, don't get me wrong. I know Trump is way worse. I mean, I'm talking about he's a complete fascist. Fascist. Totally, completely. But we cannot escape from the problem.
But what about Biden?
He's responsible for genocide.
But what about Biden? That's what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is, Biden is responsible for genocide no matter what. We know Trump is too, but we cannot
G-side.
But we cannot escape from the problem that even though we voted
that's
for
fine,
Biden,
but who's running for president, Biden or Kamala Harris?
Well, Kamala Harris, but she was responsible
for
genocide too.
Who did you vote for, Gloria?
Well, I'm an immigrant, so I cannot vote. But I was voting for Kamala Harris, 100%. Of course, Kamala Harris. But we cannot escape that she was responsible for genocide too.
G-side. Listen, Gloria, you have to stop saying that word on TikTok. It's not a TikTok-friendly word. G-side.
Oh, okay, G-side. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm new to this. So.
Yep, no worries. Listen, Gloria, we understand that the United States of America has an allyship with Israel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, got it. And also, we understand that Israel is a terrorist state. Bibi Netanyahu is a war criminal, and it's free Palestine until it's backwards.
100%. Yes, period. Absolutely. The most actually faces the state right now in the world. Sure. The most terroristic state in the world is Israel.
Absolutely.
What I'm trying to say, I know Trump is the worst thing.
This is the problem, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the problem. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying in your premise about Biden, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as someone who is a self-proclaimed would have actually voted for Kamala, right? You coming into a liberal, quote unquote, liberal leftist space and perpetuating a what about Bidenism, right? That's what I like to call it.
No, don't get me wrong. Bidenism? I'm all against Trump, but what I'm saying is that sometimes we forget. There's people dying still to this day because of the billions of dollars that Biden, Kamala gave to Israel. Don't get me wrong. Trump is even you cannot even compare how much.
Can you name the last United States president that did not fund Israel?
Oh, I know, but that did not fund Israel when there was a genocide.
G-side. Again, you have to stop saying that. G-side.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, no. You're absolutely wrong about that as well.
No. I'm talking about I know the genocide started long before the Israel state was created.
You have to stop saying that. Or I'm gonna have to kick you.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
G-side.
G-side. I'm sorry. It's I know it started way before the G-side started, like before even the state of the state of Israel was created, and even before that, it's something that's been going on for a long time. I know that, but what I'm saying is that the G-side's been going on like so vivid, in everybody's phone for the last 2 years, more than. I mean, this is the biggest G-side we've seen on stream. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I believe that the United States it's responsible for this because they're founding it. And I understand there's not just the United States. I know there's a lot of countries around the world that are responsible for this.
Okay, Gloria. So let me cut you off for a second because
ahead.
So again, this is the problem that I have. I understand that the United States has absolutely perpetuated the support of Palestine. I'm sorry.
Same with Bush. Bush too. Bush and like what he did in Pakistan and Iran
right here.
too. Like
still talking, Gloria. Still talking.
Sorry.
Yep. So I understand that the United States has perpetuated the support of Israel because they're literally an ally, right?
Yes.
I don't support Israel, but with that being said, this is what I'm saying. What purpose did your comment actually serve for you to come in and say, what about Biden? If you claim to be someone that stands on the left side, did you think 100%. Did you think that anyone in this chat would think that Biden did anything positive for Israel? I'm sorry, positive for the Palestinians? I'm confused.
No, I know everybody on your chat knows what Biden has done, but they don't talk about it as much. So I just want, and then there's a lot of like everything I see on Facebook and the media is like, oh, don't you guys miss this president? Right now, Donald Trump. Yeah, of course. But all I see in the media is like, don't you miss Biden?
So not only is Trump the president, but also the fact of the matter is, I don't know who you're listening to, but if anyone's saying, don't you miss Biden? I don't know what they're talking about, except yes, Joe Biden actually brought some sense of normalcy to what we actually deal with on a day-to-day basis. But no one is advocating for Joe Biden. As a matter of fact, nobody on the left really wanted Biden to run again because Joe Biden actually made a contract deal with the left and said that he was going to be a one-term president, right? And he broke that contract. And people were demanding that he actually drop out when they realized, like, hey, you're not fit. And he still stayed in until the last minute. So if anyone is actually swooning for Biden, I don't know where you're getting that from, but please give me a name specifically. Who are you seeing that's saying like, don't you miss Biden?
When I go into Facebook, like different people that I follow or that follow me,
Bro,
I
did
see
you just say Facebook?
Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Lemonade. I mean, Lemonade.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So let me stop you for a second. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, right-wing echo chambers, echo chambers with actual bots, with actual Russian bots, literally actual Russian bots. As far as TikTok, put a name on it. Who's specifically on TikTok? Give me a name.
Well, I cannot exactly like tell you names, but like how I just like slide, like
okay,
how you slide.
Describe what one of these people look like.
Well, I don't know what they look like. I just look at the videos, and like what they say, like they put Biden.
What does it say in the videos?
Yeah, for example, there's a picture of Biden and it says, "Don't you miss this president?"
That's super generic. Like, what else did they say?
Or like, I don't know, don't you miss normalcy? Kamala was right about everything.
Yeah, like Kamala was right. Can you see this? That says Kamala would never, but she was right. She was right about what Donald Trump said or was gonna do.
100%.
Anyway, listen. I got a quick question for you.
Gloria. Go ahead.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I don't lie. I don't lie.
I don't think you're telling the truth when you're saying that you're seeing these actual people on the quote unquote left, at least on TikTok. I can't speak to Facebook because I'm not on the old book face, right?
If I'm telling you, that's why I actually spoke and said something about it, not because I am trying to cause anything. Is the reason
she was draining me just as much, chat. Not even gonna lie, she was draining me too. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you guys had to experience that. And I will just say that it was a lot. Like firsthand, it was a lot. I know it was probably a lot for you guys, but it was a lot for me too. I'm sorry that I put you through that. Do you guys forgive me, please? Please forgive me. Guys, again, we're only looking for Trump supporters. This is Sparring with Santana. We're looking for some debates. If you are not a Trump supporter, do not request up. We're not looking to speak to friendlies. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. If you're friendly, you can do all the things. You can support the live. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to at least 100 shares. Don't spam share. If everybody can share it out just one time, that'll be helpful. Also, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so at Santana Speaks for You. Dang it, whatever. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link tree in the bio. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Like Chris, what up, Chris? Chris sent an $11 donation to say Santana is the LeBron James of debate talk. Let's get active. Do all the things, chat. Lock in. Listen, I'm more like Kobe. I got that Mamba mentality. But W's in the chat for Chris. Chris, thank you so much for that donation. Also, W's in the chat for Just Alpha over on the old tube, who sent a super chat to say, just followed you on TikTok. If any MAGA guests come up and they talk about military stuff, I'll be happy to join in the guest box and lend my opinion. Listen, I might have to actually lean on you at some point. But W's in the chat for Just Alpha. Guys, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. This is a Sparring with Santana. I think this guy is either a troll or I don't know what's going on.
Nigga, why the title of your shit? What it say? Why is MAGA so soft? Y'all niggas get on this whole everyday crime, but MAGA soft? It's like the whole country.
I also said that you're emotional. You literally started crashing out before I could say hi.
How that's crashing out, nigga?
Again, I didn't even introduce you, bro. Slow down.
Bro, shut that
have some decorum. Listen, you're showing how emotional you are right now. You're literally proving the background. Because you're crashing out before I even say one word. Listen. Bro, I know it's scary when we talk about your daddy. I get it. When we start to actually insult your Cheeto in chief, your Mango Mussolini, your Mandarin Messiah, you guys get big fifis in your tum-tum. But the simple fact of the matter is you are an adult. Have some emotional regulation. Like, why do you just crash in? I don't understand these things. Like, literally, are you a child? How old are you?
Can I talk now?
How old are you?
It's like the whole country
falling
apart.
Hey,
you gotta get on TikTok to realize it. How does that work? The whole country falling apart, but you gotta get on TikTok.
Again, emotional regulation.
You how old are you? Live to find out the
Again, like this is what I'm talking about. They're so emotional. They literally can't even have a conversation. Slow down.
I'm emotional, but you crying.
Yeah, slow down. You literally requested up on my you literally requested up on my live just so you can whine and cry. You came up here to complain. Thank you for the cake. Not to debate, not in good faith, not to actually even address the background. You came. This is what we call a crash in. This is what we call a crash in. How about you put your big boy pants on and you slow down for half a second and you let me introduce you as the host of the live. How about that? Or you can just run. Tell me I didn't just prove this point. Literally. Like I just crashed. He literally just crashed in. They have such big feelings. I don't get it. When you start talking about their daddy, it makes them so mad. When you start talking about their daddy, it makes them so mad. Oh, well. W's in the chat for Angel. Angel sent a $5 donation. Today's my birthday, and I spent it protesting FDT. First and foremost, Angel, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you had an amazing day, or at least I hope you're doing something for yourself besides protesting and fighting for democracy, which is an important thing, but hell, I hope you actually enjoyed some of your day. Thank you so much for that. Guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. I'm only looking for some debates. Hopefully, I can get someone who has emotional regulation and we can actually get out the starting blocks. I don't know what's going on. It might be a full moon. King Blaze, are you a Trump supporter?
No, that's what I was about to ask you afterwards. Do you just want to hear from Trump supporters or?
Got it. Guys, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up for if you're a Trump supporter. We are only looking for some debates. Listen, I appreciate all the friendlies. If you're friendly, do all the wonderful things. Keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 200,000 likes. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to call out the chat. I would like to do 1 million likes tonight. I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't do 1 million likes. Calling you out. Is it pronounced Kyra? Is your name pronounced Kyra? Kyra going once. Kyra going twice. All right, I'm dropping you down. Guys, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. I feel like this person is going to be a troll or either a blatant racist. Which one? Which one do you guys think? Racist or troll? Racist or troll? User, are you a Trump supporter? User, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter.
Okay, W's you. You're not a racist troll then. I appreciate you. I'm going to drop you down. This is, I don't think this, let's see. Let's try this one. I don't even know how to say your username. What can I call you?
Are you sure?
Are you a baby?
No.
How old are you? Yeah, you're a whole kid. You're a whole kid. Get out of here. You's a baby. Listen, it's interesting how kids have so much more courage than Trump supporters. And honestly, not only do they have much more courage than Trump supporters, thank you for the crown. Not only do they have more courage than Trump supporters, but they actually have more knowledge as well and more emotional control. Again, like MAGA, I want to debate you, right? I really do. I literally want to debate you, but I would prefer if you didn't prove my background right before you even got here. The crash-ins are wild. Why is MAGA so soft? Why is MAGA so emotional? Why is MAGA so weak? It's because they're a reflection of their leader. If anyone ever wondered why they are the way they are, it's because they're a reflection of their leader. Not only has Donald Trump made it okay to be racist and sexist, but Donald Trump has made it okay to be soft and to be weak and to show that you have no type of moral fiber. That's why they are who they are. That's why they do what they do. That's why they get up here and they slur. That's why they get up here and they can't stop yapping for 2 seconds to even hear a conversation. That's why they don't understand anything. That's it. I don't think this person's a Trump supporter. XOXO, are you a Trump supporter? Nope. Knew it. Called it. Nailed it. Had something about Frank Ocean and SZA in their bio. That's way too base. Listen, Donald Trump made it okay to be the worst versions of yourself, and that's what they're doing. You guys want to know what I saw in person this weekend? Would anyone like to guess what I saw firsthand in person this weekend? Super interesting. Super interesting. No, it wasn't turkeys. It wasn't a Trump. 2 MAGA hats. How did you know? Fucking right. Yeah, I saw 2 of those stupid ass hats. 2 of those stupid ass hats this weekend. and they were a bunch of dorks. Fucking dweebs. It was 2 dweebs wearing it. 2 dweebs. They look like they drive Cybertrucks as well. Fucking dorks. Did you, Carol? Oh, you know they were white men. 2 white men who looked like they were compensating. I don't know for what, but they definitely looked like they were compensating. W's in the chat for Just Alpha, who sent a $2. Maybe later. Said, can I join to test my mic to see if it works? Maybe later. Also, Just Alpha, I don't know if you just joined TikTok, you have to have a certain amount of followers before you can even go live. So you wouldn't even have access to requests, I don't think. So there's that. W's in the chat for Just Alpha. Yeah, so it's funny because I heard someone who shall not be named, talking about MAGA in real life. And you know what's interesting about MAGA in quote unquote real life? They're hiding in real life just like they're hiding on TikTok. Has anyone else noticed that? Has anyone else noticed that MAGA literally is no longer trying to claim who they are? But I say, fuck that. Seriously. That's what I say. I think that MAGA, that red hat of yours, it's going to be your scarlet letter. Trump supporters, we will never let you forget what you did to this country. And just because now you're afraid to defend your actions does not mean that you get off the hook. Just because you can now take the hat off and sit in the corner quietly does not mean that you are not forever branded. The Schnazis got branded. Now, I'm not advocating for anyone to actually get branded, but I am advocating for fucking pictures to continue to circulate. The documentary on MAGA is going to be astounding. It's going to feel like we were in a fever dream. The way that this group of people allowed this con man make them feel special. And let's not be confused about any of this. The reason why these people support Donald Trump is not because he's actually doing anything beneficial for the country. It's not because he's actually a good person or a good leader or strong or smart. He has none of those qualities. The reason why they support him, the reason why they voted for him, the reason why they defend him, the reason why they crash out over him is because he made them feel special. In 2015, every single Trump supporter had no personality. Not one. You were unseen, unheard, and not in the sense of like, oh, no, politicians aren't listening to us or we don't have an actual voice, but you didn't know how to actually function in society. You didn't. Because you had no type of character. See, that's what happens when you don't have any type of substance. You know what's funny? I've been throwing that word around a lot in private. Substance. And I've had this conversation about certain people. And I say, well, this person lacks substance. That's why. They lack substance. That's why. MAGA, you absolutely lack substance. You have nothing to actually offer. And since you have nothing to offer, as soon as Trump came around and offered you a red hat and offered you a voice of hate and offered you an opportunity to own the libs, you ate it up. You couldn't get on your knees quick enough to praise him. It's so bad now that you guys are saying, well, maybe a dictator isn't so bad. It's so bad now that you guys are literally saying, fuck the Constitution. Well, people shouldn't be burning the flags. Well, these undocumented immigrants shouldn't have came here illegally. It's the weirdest thing that as soon as someone offered you an ounce of anything that you consider to be special, you gave up the country to them. You gave the country up to a 34-count felon. You gave the country up to an adjudicated rapist. You gave up the country to a con artist, a failed businessman, a buffoon, someone who owned his own mother said that he's not bright because he made you feel special.
You gave up the country to someone who's senile,
and then you do weird things like make them your whole personality, and you make TikTok names like MAGA Genius 1, right? Hey, quick question for you. What type of actual what makes you say that I want to brand myself as this 70-something, almost 80-year-old man? Like, what makes you
brand yourself about crying about him? Look at you.
Sure.
You sit on live all day and beg for, can you send me a galaxy? I'm going to go debate about Trump. Trump sucked. Trump's the worst. You voted for someone who's senile, who voted a transgender person as health secretary.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
So first and foremost, Biden was one of the actual most consequential presidents in United States history because he passed some of the most monumental legislation in United States history while also advancing multiple minorities. And yes, you can talk about the transgender community. I get it. You want to get your transgender hate off. For some reason, it's weird that you want to target less than 1% of the population. Hey, maybe, get outside and touch some grass, because I'm willing to bet that you don't even know transgender people. I'm willing to bet you don't know one transgender person. So maybe shut the fuck up about that. But Joe Biden has actually done so many things that Donald Trump couldn't dream of doing, as far as like passing legislation and as far as advancing marginalized communities, whether it was putting the first Black woman on the Supreme Court or having the first Black woman as vice president. Like, literally, Donald Trump could not hold Joe Biden's diaper, and Donald Trump holds his diaper all the time. Now, MAGA Genius, how about we actually have a debate instead of you coming up here being emotional and proving the background? Would you like to actually engage? Ooh, hold on. You, Yazo, whatever your name is. Hey, get in the box and you're getting muted. You said Kamala Harris isn't Black. Cool. Come up here and explain to this Black man how Kamala Harris wasn't Black. Do that. Also, what can I call you? Because MAGA Genius seems weird. Do you have an actual name?
Not going to put my name. You can call me.
How about Fred?
MAGA.
Can I call you Fred?
You can call me Fred. Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Because again, going around and actually branding yourself as like this, it's weird. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's weird. All right, Fred. Listen, you and I kind of got off on the wrong foot because you came in the middle of. Hold on a second. Kathy. Oh, she's not black. Oh, Kathy, get up here and explain to me how she's not black. Again, you're muted as well. Just an FYI, if there's any Trump supporters that are in the chat and you want to actually get up here and explain to me how this black woman isn't black, get in the box. I'll fast track you. Anyway, Fred, you and I got off on the wrong foot, right? Because you came in while I was on my soapbox. And so maybe there's a little bit of a misconception as far as who I am and what this is. Fred, question for you. Do you know who I am?
No.
Okay, cool. That's fair. So, Fred, if you don't know who I am, I'm assuming you don't know exactly what this is.
It's a live stream to debate about Trump.
Kinda. It's a little bit more specific. Fred, would you mind if I actually give you and everyone else a actual introduction to who I am and what this is?
Okay.
Perfect. One moment, Fred.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. Yes, we're almost an hour deep just getting to our first debate, but we are here. Chat, lock in for me. Guys, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 300,000 likes. I challenged the chat to do 1 million likes tonight, and damn it, I don't think you can do it. So tap the screen. Also, guys, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube and you would like to support, you can send a YouTube super chat, just like Just Alpha, who sent a $2 super chat to say, you need 1,000 followers on TikTok to be a guest. No, I think it's like 500 now. It's either like 400 or 500. But yeah, W's in the chat. Again, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? If you're over on YouTube and you want to support, you can send a YouTube super chat, but also make sure you're liking the stream. Fred, got a question for you, bud.
Sure.
Why is MAGA such hypocrites?
When it comes to what?
Everything, literally everything. Listen, rights, right? For some reason, you guys stand on 2A rights, saying that you can't touch my pews, but for some reason, you don't give a damn about due process when it comes to undocumented immigrants, whose body matters, right? You guys don't want to wear masks or get vaccinations, but for some reason, you think you can tell women that they can't get ABs. You guys say that you protect kids because, like, you tried to get it off, right? We don't want men and women's spaces, but for some reason, you voted for a predator president who protects PDF files. That's weird. And also super emotional. Listen, Fred, again, I apologize. I'm not going to brand you emotional just yet because maybe you heard what I said and it was a bit triggering. I get it. But a lot of times I've talked to a couple of people and they literally just came in and crashed in already. They called the left snowflakes, but their feelings get hurt so easy. And last but not least, weak leadership. For some reason, you guys talked about Sleepy Joe and you talked about, like, you tried that just now, but for some reason, no one is talking about Crypt Keeper Don, the fact that he's walking around and we don't know what's going on with him. We haven't heard from him. Like, he hasn't spoke on camera in almost a week. That's wild. Now, Fred, I'm a fair man. Fred. And I will say that I will accept you just admitting that I'm better than you. Right, Fred, if you're willing to just admit I'm better than you, I won't call you a hypocrite anymore. I will let you go on about your way. Fred, do you want to admit that I'm just better than you?
Better at what?
Everything. I'm better at life than you, Fred.
I would disagree with that. I would disagree with that.
Sure. I made the right decision as far as standing on the right side of history. I voted for someone who would actually progress the country, not someone who literally is sending the country into a spiral in multiple ways. Fred, I'm better than you because I make better decisions than you because I do not want to harm other people. You do.
I would disagree with that. I would say that you guys importing illegal immigrants, giving them amnesty would harm more Americans than anything. It would.
Can you name one?
Name one what?
Can you name one quote unquote illegal immigrant that was imported and was given amnesty?
Weak border laws. Even the border bill.
No. You're switching, but I need you to actually substantiate what you just said.
Biden gave DACA recipients work permits. He
Sure.
allowed
are DACA
200,000
recipients?
to get
Wait, are DACA recipients quote unquote illegal immigrants that were given amnesty?
No, but
okay, perfect. So do you have? Would you like to amend your statement and say that you didn't mean to say that one? Like, or do we want to actually substantiate that?
200,000 Haitians, yes, 200,000 Haitians were immigrants that were imported under Biden.
Yeah, 200,000 Haitians were not quote unquote imported, but yet Haitians were given a work opportunity, and they made not only the best of it, but they actually literally saved. Hold on. They literally saved different economies throughout the United States for cities that were actually unaliving. That's not true. You're wrong. But if you want to talk about anyone importing criminals, Donald Trump has. Donald Trump has literally imported criminals. Whether we talk about him actually bringing in El Chapo's family and giving them residency, whether we talk about him freeing the Tate brothers and bringing them to the United States, hell, there is an American prisoner that was freed from El Salvador. Donald Trump made a trade to get him back into the United States after he unalived 2 people in Spain. Donald Trump got him back into the U.S., gave him freedom. So literally, the thing that you say that, the left is doing, Donald Trump is absolutely doing that. How do you explain that?
First of all, I would love to hear the story about the 2. What's the guy in Spain? What was his name?
Sure, I'll get you that information. Give me 1 second.
Give me that information. I'd love to hear about that because
Sure.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Also, it is true that a Haitian immigrant did kill 3 people on a highway. That is a true story. That isn't a lie.
Okay, wait. So are you saying that there was a situation where someone got in a wreck? Are you talking about a CDL driver? Are you trying to pull that one?
Yeah, because they didn't follow the customs.
All right. So yeah. So you're literally trying to reference a situation that was an actual vehicle accident. Cool, I hear you, but I'm not talking about a vehicle accident. I'm actually talking about a person that unalive. Actually, it's 3. It says ex-Marine convicted of unaliving 3 people released to the United States in a prisoner swap, and the person name is, I know I'm gonna mess this up. Dahud Hind Ortiz, DAHUD HANID Ortiz.
Was it a mission? Why did he unalive?
No. It had nothing to do with an actual mission. He was actually. Say it again.
Was it self-defense? What's the whole story behind it?
Well, I just gave you the information. You can go look it up. But no, it was in 2016. It was in Spain, and he actually unalived people. So, I mean, you can go check it out, but no, it wasn't self-defense, and it wasn't a mission just because he was an ex-Marine. But sure, if you want to take your time to go look it up, there's a great article about it on with The Guardian. There's multiple articles detailing what he did, right? But go check that out for yourself. Now, with that being said, Donald Trump specifically is importing criminals, importing people who have taken other people's lives. How do you defend that?
How do you defend about the 10 million people Biden?
No. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in a pivot. Right? Listen, Fred. I get that you're trying to pivot right now, but I would like for you to lock in and actually answer the question that I just gave you. How do you defend, after making such a bold statement, how do you defend Donald Trump for literally importing criminals?
I'm reading about this case right now, and also what was it? Whose family was it again? Was it
El Chapo's family?
El Chapo's family. That doesn't mean that they're criminal just because they have the same blood.
They're literally a crime family.
They are a crime? Does that mean every member in the family is?
They're literally a crime family. They're a crime syndicate. Hell, they're almost as bad as the Trumps.
You think the Bundy family should all get prison? or not be allowed.
You want to talk about Ted Bundy, sure, but literally El Chapo and his family are part of a cartel ring that control Mexico. His family has a long and detailed history of crime. So you can try to pivot and you can try to pivot. Hey, are you now actually, Fred, question, are you now advocating and supporting criminals?
You're generalizing.
I'm not generalizing. That's a direct statement.
I don't think everyone in the Chapo family is a criminal. I think.
Yeah, I hear you. They're a crime syndicate. Literally, they've terrorized Mexico for a long time, and for you to actually try to somehow justify them as good people, I guess that's a good people on both sides type of situation, Fred.
I would say that one minor case, and I don't even know much about this. Not everyone, the people in El Chapo's family, not all of them are criminals. You're stereotyping right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Minor case doesn't deal with the grand, the grand deal when you talk about policy, when you talk about immigration, when you talk about tariffs. I would consider that.
What about the Tate brothers?
Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate?
Yep.
I don't know. I think the case in Romania could be fake.
Not only the case in Romania, but the case in the United Kingdom. Literally, they're on tape. They've been documented with not only abusing women, but trafficking women. Like there's
extradite them? Did the UK try to extradite them?
Yes.
And Trump denied them?
Yes.
You know that for a fact?
I know for a fact that they were in the United States and they were not sent to the UK by the they were not sent to the UK by the Trump administration, but specifically the Trump administration got Romania to free them so they could come to the United States. What up, Swan Raid? What up, Swan Raid? Welcome in, guys. Tap the screen. Swan Raid, I have given you all a challenge to get the likes up to 1 million likes tonight. I don't think you can do it, but let's see what happens. There's 1.2 thousand of us hanging out here, guys. Tap the screen, share the live. Go ahead and hit that follow button if you're not following me. Hit that follow button if you're not following me. Go ahead and follow me. This is the main account. If you want to make sure that you actually see me, hit that follow button, send your daily heart me, turn on your notifications. And if you like to support the live, just like, what up?
My data's so bad right now.
You got MAGA Wi-Fi. That's why. Like Liman, what up? Who sent a $1 donation, said, don't let them pivot from the question. You already know I'm not letting them pivot. Thank you so much for the donation, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the YouTubes, go ahead and hit the like on the YouTube. But also, you can send a YouTube super chat, and I will read that message out. Fred, is your MAGA mobile messing up?
Can you hear me now?
I could hear you the entire time, Fred.
Okay. Overall, I would say that, I don't know, case by case, we can argue about the Chapo case. I could argue about the Hunter Biden case. We can argue about these minute issues. When it comes to grander policy, I would say that Trump's leading the right direction.
Sure. For example, can you name one policy that Donald Trump? Can you name one policy that Donald Trump has passed that has overwhelmingly benefited all Americans?
$150 billion to ICE. That's going to help with mass deportation.
No.
Immigrants. In 2016, George Soros, one of the top economists, immigration economists, says that immigrants contribute about 3 to 4% in wage loss, bro. Yes, one of the top economists. I can give you the exact source. George Soros. Search it up. We want workers.
So giving money to ICE, giving ICE money where if they were actually a national military, they would be ranked.
They'd be ranked third.
Yeah,
third
give me a second here. Give me a second. It looks like someone has big feelings. Someone has big feelings. Okay, guys, we're gonna hit a restart. Hey, Fred, come back for me if you don't mind. Someone has big feelings. Guys, chat, they got big feelings tonight. It's okay. We're not gonna let them off the hook. I need you guys to lock in for me, though. If you don't mind, go over to my page. I posted a video. It's a quick video. Watch the video. Engage with the video. Make sure you hit the follow button so you know where I am. So I'm going to come right back. I know we're almost at 400,000. They're being sensitive. They're soft. They're soft tonight. Make sure you hit that follow button. Just go to my page. It's going to be a quick restart. I'm coming right back. like 2 seconds. Coming right back. YouTube, I'm gonna give you something to watch, and then we're gonna come right back. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be.
I don't dream that my children work at a Nike factory or a plastic straw factory. I'm good.
Yeah, I agree with you. But there's like, we could be manufacturing phones here, or we could be.
All right, I get it. Then write a bill called the phone manufacturing thing and do a full encompassing like bill that assures economic growth and prosperity and doesn't hurt everybody involved and doesn't cause people pain and cause all of our fucking allies in other countries to fucking hate us and cause everybody to go out of business who's caught in between, who's not rich and Trump's favorite. Because that's what we're doing. We're choosing favorites.
Okay, well, I think TS.
All right, we're back. Let's do it.
You stepped in the box. Now you're
guys. If you don't mind, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes.
Take your best swing.
Fred, I see you in the request. Hold tight for me just a second.
Step in the flame. This ain't a debate. This is a mind game. Facts type lies get left in chain. One wrong word, you slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T. This a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats and get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit.
Hey,
step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna?
Sparring with Santana.
I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your vote. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. You dare. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick.
No cap, no shield. No. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in, if you care. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah.
One wrong move, get cooked real quick.
No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff.
Hey, thanks for the galaxy, Sam.
Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah, this ain't a safe place. This a flame space. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana.
Hey, guys, welcome back. Listen, this is Sparring with Santana, 101 debates with Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Timothy Trump, get in the box. We're only looking for some debates, guys. We understand the MAGA sensitive. They're soft. They have big feelings tonight. So I need you guys locked in for me. Tap the screen. Protect the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Right? I was challenging you guys to 1 million likes tonight, and we were at about 400,000 before that happened. So I'm gonna give you credit for the 400,000, but I need you guys locked in. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 100,000 really quick, and let's get another 6,000 to round that out. What up, Carbon?
What's up? How you doing today?
Good. I'm good. Listen, they're super sensitive today. They're
they
super
are soft
today. Oh, I didn't.
You know what? I keep adding to my list of things that conservatives are soft about. I got 15 different things now.
It's a lot. American, what is that? American Edits? Are you a Trump supporter?
Nah, but I wanted to say I'm a huge fan, and yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thanks so much, guys. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter. This is Sparring with Santana, 101 debates with Trump supporters. We are only looking for some debates. Everyone lock in for me. Send your daily heart me. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1-cent goals. If we can actually knock that out, that would be wonderful. Carbon, are you hanging out?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Perfect. Guys, if you don't know, this is Carbon. Carbon says a lot. And when Carbon says, Carbon actually does, right? So if you don't know Carbon, 1, give him a follow. 2, let's take care of Carbon while he's hanging out with me. This is my African brother. Yes. No, African brother from another mother. So make sure we are gifting Carbon, taking care of Carbon. Mods, can we get Carbon's pay links rolling in the poll so we can go ahead and show Carbon some love? Guys, do all the wonderful things. Carbon, listen. This is Fred. Fred is above you. Fred and I was just talking.
Fred.
Yeah,
how you doing tonight,
I
Fred?
gave him the name Fred.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing fantastic. It's another day, another dollar.
Yeah. Fred, Carbon Fred was just talking about, like, I was proving how he was a hypocrite, right? How he has these double standards. He was talking about, for some reason, the Biden administration allowed these quote unquote illegals into the country and gave them amnesty, even though he couldn't actually name one. And then I actually, I'm sorry?
Work permits. He allowed, and also a 10 million out of the 10 million, 5 million out of the 10 million illegal crossings, 5 million were amnesty. So they're in the country legally through amnesty.
Yeah, again, you can't give me an actual case. You're just actually spouting shit that you can't substantiate. I would love to take any type of source. I literally named all 3 different scenarios where Donald Trump has brought criminals into the United States and then gave them shelter. Hey, Carbon, this guy tried to say that El Chapo's family is not a crime syndicate. He tried to say they weren't a crime family.
Not everyone in that family.
Wait, the guy who built the tunnel under out the prison? That's him, right?
Yep.
That's stereotypical, saying everyone is a criminal in someone's family. I would say that descendants of the Bundy family, that doesn't make them necessarily criminal. I'd say that descendants.
You said the descendants. We're not talking about descendants. We're talking about the immediate family. Listen, the only bigger crime family that I know is the Trump family. But I digress. We're going to go more into it because you were literally just going on some type of tangent talking about policies, right? We got away from that and you were telling me about a quote unquote policy. I said, name something that a policy that Donald Trump has passed that overwhelmingly benefits most Americans. You said ICE, funding ICE, which is not true. And you started to talk about, you started talking about immigration and blah, 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 blah. Hey, can you tell me how is it that deporting working class people who actually add billions of dollars to the economy, who just came here looking for a better life, because the United States has a habit of destabilizing other countries. How is it a bad thing to give them a pathway to citizenship when literally it costs more to fund this deportation effort that's not going successful?
Because these immigrants, they lower wages for native-born Americans. You can see this in George Boros's study.
Yeah, that's not true. You keep citing this one economist. I'm sorry, you keep citing this one person, but literally all the other data goes against that.
No, this is a Princeton economist, George Boros. He wrote multiple books. It's literally the gold standard for immigration economists. So he's not just some random economist. He's one of the best immigration economists that in our century. And he's stating that all native workers will get about a 3% lower wage, and high school dropouts will get about an 8% lower wage. Illegal immigrants.
Sorry, is this a long-term or short-term effect?
Short-term run, and then when it comes to long-term, it says about 1% on all native workers and about 4% on high school dropouts.
Wait, so I'm talking about wage effects. So some studies show like a very short-term wage effects, but long-term an increase in productivity and long-term an increase in wages. What explains that?
Literally spouting the information from the Heritage Foundation. Like this is literally the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation actually did a quote unquote study on this very thing, cracked down on illegal immigration would raise wages for lower income Americans, and they did a point-by-point breakdown, actually citing the different things that you literally
You saying the Heritage Foundation doesn't disprove my point. Search up George Soros. That's not the source I gave you.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm looking at other sources, right, that vehemently go against what you said. Whether we talk about the immigration research, initiative that talks about how immigrants add to the economy. Yes, we understand that.
What about the Center of Immigration Studies? I can give you also sources.
Sure. How about that? Because again, I have also educationworkforce.house.gov. I mean, they literally talk about how that immigration does not. Impacting undocumented immigrants would not actually raise the wages for. Listen, I think you were a little bit confused.
Are these a gold standard source? Is this considered a gold standard source like George Soros?
Who makes George Burroughs? Okay, let me look this up. Give me a second here. Give me a second, because you're saying George Burroughs.
George B-O-R-J.
Spell it. I can spell it. And you said he was a Princeton economist?
Harvard or Princeton, one of the elite universities. I don't know
And
exactly.
what, like you said, he's an economist.
He is an immigration economist.
Do 45, 47. 45, 47. All right, so looking here, so I see that he published The Effect of Immigration on the Economic Growth. What are you citing specifically?
We Wanted Workers, his book, We Wanted Workers. And then you can search up, I can give you quotes and you can a lot of articles will have some of those quotes.
Hold on a second. You know what's funny? So this study that I just cited literally actually contradicts that. The first line in the abstract says immigration has a positive effect on productivity and economic growth.
Yes, GDP will rise about 0.2 to 0.4% with immigration numbers currently. But when it comes to wage growth, that doesn't necessarily correlate wage growth or purchasing power or housing power or car power.
Sure.
Do you support a minimum wage?
Yeah.
And you support strong labor unionization?
I support labor's having bargaining power, yes. And they would have more bargaining power without these companies hiring foreign workers, whether that be in China or importing them and hiring them.
They should, so if we have like a minimum wage for people who are not immigrants, they're born here, right? And a higher minimum wage, right? Then you're not allowing like companies to exploit based off low wages and there's some studies that show, excuse me. So there are some studies that show lower wages in the short term.
No, because that's the claim I'm making. He's saying
sure.
Anyway, so there are some studies.
Can you let him finish first?
Fine, I'll let him finish.
Yeah, the meta-analyses show that there's like a mixed effect with respect to wages. Most of them show there's like a long-term increase in wages. Some show there's like a short-term decrease in wages. Right? It's not really like it's not really conclusive, but nonetheless, let's just like grant for the sake of argument that there is some sort of short-term decrease in wages. Right? Well, then you're just advocating for like. I don't see how that's an argument against immigration. I see how that's like an argument for strengthening the wages of the workers who are here, right? I don't see how that's an argument against immigration. Why would anybody be motivated to decrease immigration based off of those grounds?
Also, the thing that bothers me is that for some reason you think that just because the labor force is quote unquote shrunk, that there's going to be an uptick in the actual pay to everyday Americans. We understand that since the Reagan administration, where trickle-down economics was put in effect, there has been a lack of investment in companies into their people. And we can even look most recently to when Donald Trump passed the TCJA, And instead of companies actually investing in their people, instead of them actually raising wages, when they got these tax cuts, they literally paid out their C-level executives. They did stock buybacks. They didn't actually do anything as far as taking care of they didn't do anything as far as taking care of their employees. So just because you actually shrink the labor pool does not mean that you're going to increase pay.
Verizon gave out $1,000 bonuses to each employee. Apple raised.
Verizon has been giving out bonuses way before that. I used to work for Verizon. They give out Verizon not only gives out yearly bonus, but they give out incentive bonuses as well. So that's not surprising because Verizon has a standard of doing that. That's not something that they just did because Trump tax cuts. Like literally, Verizon Wireless has a standard of giving those bonuses.
Yeah, most of those wages, most of those tax rate cuts went to corporate C-suites who then reinvested back in the stock. The only reason Apple became a $1 trillion company in 2018 is because they bought like I think it was like $300 million worth of their stock buyback, and they gave like only a small percentage to the workers. Like this is just what's expected under capital. Like you're having these large corporations just turn themselves into trillionaires and increase their stock buybacks, which benefits themselves and their investors because the C-suite, their compensation is tied to the stock price, right?
Well, first of all, I wasn't even talking about tax cuts in the beginning. I was mentioning immigration. And
the reason why I parlayed there is because hold on. I want to make sure you understand how we got there, because the reason why we went to tax cuts is specifically because you have this premise that actually shrinking the labor force will increase wages when we have history of corporations getting additional funds and not investing in their people. That's the premise behind why we said that.
But them getting additional funds doesn't deal with bargaining power. If you don't allow these companies to hire foreign workers or import illegal immigrants, that means the native-born population will have more bargaining power because there'll be less available labor. So that means that if a strike would be more prevalent for like a company like Walmart if they can't hire either software developers in India or they can't import retail workers from Guatemala or Mexico.
Sure, Donald Trump
native-born Americans will have more bargaining power if they don't have to deal with
Donald Trump is a union buster. He's literally a union buster. Donald Trump sat on a Twitter space live and laughed with the richest man on earth about busting up unions. You think he gives a shit about a union and people having any type of fair wages? Donald Trump has a history of not paying people. He weasels out of paying people. He's been sued so many times by contractors that he hired that he did not pay. So you having some type of thought process that he's going to do anything that would actually benefit workers, as soon as he gets the opportunity, he's going to screw workers over again because that's what he does. That's not true. Like literally, you think giving the power to Donald Trump has done multiple things to weaken unions. So even if this would actually happen, right? Even if this actual workforce was shrunk by deportation, Donald Trump is pro-corporation and he's going to give them all the bargaining power and leverage. It's not something that would happen.
But undoubtedly the policy would give them more bargaining power. If all these corporations, if all these people go on strike, right, and Walmart doesn't have these people that have specialized jobs or specialized acts, what is Walmart going to do? How are they going to employ people? They're going to have to raise wages if people go on strike. For example, when pilots go on strike, at times wages get significantly raised because it's harder to import or find pilots. When it comes
you're
to
talking about specialized positions versus
even when it comes to retail jobs.
No, stop it. Stop it.
Yes,
you can't compare a pilot to someone that works at Walmart. That's disingenuous, Fred.
Even when it comes to retail jobs, if there's a less labor force, if there isn't as much, unemployment, these corporations will be forced to pay people more.
Okay, Fred, do me a favor. Name the last time that a retail force went on strike and was able to make significant gains.
They haven't been able to do that since the 80s because what happens
what happened in the 80s?
80s and 90s with all these
No. What happened in the 80s?
Trickle down economics and free trade.
Exactly. Exactly. Fucking trickle down economics. We literally have already talked about this. It's the premise that if you give to the ultra wealthy, then they're going to somehow take care of the people below them, and they don't do that.
They don't do that because they have pathways when it comes to illegal immigration and when it comes to free trade agreements. There is a correlation. After trickle-down economics, you had free trade, and what happened? All these corporations moved all its manufacturing plants, and then when the president, like under Clinton, started to relax some of the immigration laws, they also hired illegal immigrants in hospitality and other industries. That's exactly what happens. You give them trickle-down economics, and then you give them outs, so they don't have to pay the workers. That's why trickle-down economics doesn't work.
Sure. Let me read a couple of these off real quick, and then I got a question for Carbon. Right. W's in the chat for Will Anderson over on the Tube, who sent a $4.99 YouTube super chat to say, doing good things, brother. Listen, I'm trying. I appreciate you so much. W's in the chat for Will. Thank you so much for that donation. W's in the chat for Just Alpha. Do you have a Discord server? I would love to join. Yes, if you're a member over on YouTube, or if you're a subscriber over on TikTok, you get access to the Discord. Not only do you get access to the Discord, but you get access to a fast pass to join the panel with late nights. You get access to what's called a tag me in. It's a 5-minute slot where you get to come up here and sparring and actually help me debate. You also get access to a My Question when I'm hosting Brunch with My Creator. You get a priority to come up and actually ask your favorite creator your question. You get a bunch of really cool emotes, and you get access to the Discord. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription. If you're over on YouTube, go ahead and become a member. That's how you get into the Discord. And also, W's in the chat for Ellie, who sent a $5 YouTube super chat to say thank you for untangling this stuff and help people learn. Ellie, thank you so much for that donation, and thank you for being amazing. Guys, if anyone would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links and the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. Over on YouTube, you can send a YouTube super chat, or but also, don't forget about Carbon. Don't forget about Carbon. Carbon is here. His pay links are running in the link tree in the bio. And also, let's make sure we're gifting them. Carbon, question for you.
Man.
So this guy is talking about how what was the question? This guy was talking about how giving the actual workforce would giving them more power would actually give them the ability to negotiate. Question for you. Carbon, do you remember what Donald Trump's stance is when it comes to undocumented immigrants in the service industry, specifically how he said that he was going after undocumented immigrants that were farm workers, but something kind of shifted. You remember that?
Yeah, he said something about, I think he said it had something to do with exclusion, some sort of exception for that. For them,
he gave
right?
exceptions when it came to
something like
hospitality
that
in our agriculture.
Yeah, it's interesting how that's a lot of where undocumented immigrants work too.
Yeah, but also he's giving these corporations time because these $150 billion to ICE will be used. I guarantee you by the midterms, they will start deportations when it comes to agriculture.
I thought it was going to happen right after he won the election and then assumed president. Now it's going to be
a lot of the funding
around the midterms
get kicked in until 2026. A lot of the funding for ICE and the big beautiful bill doesn't really get kicked in until 2026. That's when a lot of the funding will get.
Okay, so he said specifically out of his mouth that the reason why he's granting these exceptions is because he's waiting for funding from ICE. Is that your position?
He didn't say that specifically, but that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so why are you saying that?
Because why do you think ICE is getting $150 billion?
That's a question. Why do you believe that that's Donald Trump's intentions?
Because that's what Donald Trump ran on. The most of Americans do support mass deportation. That's going to help him.
Okay, if Donald Trump ran on it, and then after he runs on it, goes back and says, actually, we're going to exclude some farmers and things like that, you're making an inference that the reason why he went back on that is because he's waiting on funding. I'm asking you how you're making that inference.
Because he doesn't have the funding currently, and also I don't know if he wants mass deportation.
Hey, thank you for the galaxy. Okay,
so
let's go, Sam.
Either
midterms.
Yeah, either which you're saying that he's either lying then or he's lying now. So
So yeah, but I truly believe that deportations in the agriculture and hospitality will happen because just like you said, that's where most illegal immigrants work. How else are we gonna have mass deportations without deportations?
Yeah, like
in the
I agree.
hospitality?
Like, he was probably planning on that because he's an idiot, right? So when he comes in and then he decides and people start seeing the mass deportations start to happen, a lot of those business leaders probably talked to him and probably gave him some quid pro quo, issued their concerns, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind with respect to specific industries, right? How is that not the best explanation?
I just want to call this out. I just want to call this out. I just want to call this out. This was a Pew Research study that was completed. Only about 32% of Americans actually support mass deportation. The rest of Americans either favor none.
What about the NBC poll? What's most of the polling on the LA riots?
What does that have to do with mass deportation?
I can give you other polling numbers.
That's absolutely not only a deflection, but like again, that has nothing to do with. It does not contradict the actual Pew Research Center and the fact that they do this study on a daily basis for multiple things, and it talks about how most Americans are in favor for some deportation, but not mass deportation. Again, you said majority of Americans are in favor of mass deportation, and that's not true. And then also there was another study
There were
that was
no
completed.
LA riots either.
Exactly. But also there was another study that was completed by PBS, and they took a look at the actual this was on July the 1st. They took a look at what was happening with Trump and deportation, and 54% of Americans said that Donald Trump is going too far in his deportation efforts. So not only do the majority of Americans not support mass deportation, the majority of Americans today feel like Donald Trump is doing too much.
I can give you an Axios source. Even in
Sure, what's the Axios source?
Axios source, April 2024.
I just gave you a Pew Research that was from March of 2025, and then I also gave you a PBS research that was from July of 2025. So how about you go find something that's more up to date, like more this year? You're pulling something from 2024. I gave you two sources from 2025 that's recent.
Again, what cities are they polling in? What I need to read the poll myself.
Okay, go look at it. But while you're looking at that, also give me something that substantiates the claims that you made.
So about 1/3 of U.S. adults say all immigrants in the U.S. illegally should be deported, and half say some. So 52%.
No. Again, I don't want you just to babble off stuff and then you don't have anywhere. Like I don't want you pulling it out your bum, right? Like I need to know, one, where you're pulling it from, and two, is it reflective of the current time that we're in, not pre-election?
Even if you read the Pew Research, it said 52% of people believe that illegal immigrants that have committed nonviolent crimes should still be deported.
Where's it?
Sorry, what was the name of the study?
Pew Americans' Views on Deportations. 52% of people believe that illegal immigrants that committed nonviolent crimes should be deported.
Yeah, that's actually them answering additional questions. That's them answering additional questions. That does not mean that's the overall premise. You're looking at the same thing that I'm looking at. So yes, there's multiple questions as far as, do you think that they should be deported for this reason or that reason, right? They have committed violent crimes, committed nonviolent crimes, arrived in the country in the last 4 years, have a job, are parents of children that are unborn in the United States, came to the United States as a child, and are married to U.S. citizens. And it goes from that, and that ranking from highest to lowest. This is how these were the questions that were asked that helped them make the determination as far as that breakdown that I said only 32% actually want mass deportation. So stop trying to cherry pick something from the overall feedback.
If everyone was illegal, if they believe in illegal immigrants that committed nonviolent crimes, that would be mass deportation. You know that, right?
Fred, why did you just try to cherry pick something from my source?
Because your sources said married to a U.S. citizen. That means
sure,
that
but my source, you literally tried to cherry pick a number from my source that you thought would make your point while not actually engaging with the overall premise of the source. Why would you do that?
Because if you were to deport people who have committed a nonviolent crime, that would be mass deportations. That's in favor of mass deportation.
Hey, Carbon.
When it comes to married to
hey, Carbon, if I give you a source and you actually just pick out one point from the source, not even the overall synopsis of the source, with some like underlining factor of the source, and you try to build an argument around that, is that called a straw man?
That's not a straw man, because would that not be mass deportations? Carbon, would that not be mass deportations if you were to deport non-illegal?
Yeah, straw man, cherry picking.
Yeah. That would be mass deportation. That would be millions of people.
Hey,
guess what? Crossing
Fred,
the border illegally
Fred,
is a misdemeanor.
Hey, Fred.
So that would be
hey,
considered
Fred,
illegal.
Hey,
that would
Fred,
be mass deportation.
Hey, Fred. My source doesn't say what you wanted to say. My source validates what I said. Go find your own source. Get your grubby hands off
I'm
my
reading
source.
your source, and it's
not validating what you're saying, Fred.
If 52% of people want people who are deported that committed nonviolent crimes, that would be considered mass deportation, because crossing the border illegally is a misdemeanor.
Hey,
Fred. That would be considered mass deportations.
Hey, Fred, you said that the majority of Americans want mass deportation. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is 52% a majority?
Wait. So you said the majority of Americans want mass deportation.
Yes.
Right? You didn't say that the majority of Americans want mass deportation of non-violent criminals. That's not what you said. Because again, only 32% of all Americans want mass deportation. They want them all. You lie, Fred. Stop trying to cherry pick my argument, my source. It doesn't validate what you said.
If they are married to a U.S. citizen, that would make them a naturalized citizen. These questions aren't right. I'm looking at the questions that make logical sense.
Okay, hey, Fred, how about you go get your own source to prove what you said? Because my source isn't proving what you said.
I gave you my source, and you said, no, it has to be
because it was from 2024.
I'll give you a 2025 source right now.
Sure, go ahead. Guys, while Fred tries to continue to demonstrate what he knows, do all the wonderful things, right? W's in the chat for Kevin, who sent a $1 donation, said, ask Fred for, I am. Yes. I'm going to do that, Kevin. I'm going to hold off, but I'm not going to do it yet. W's in the chat for Kevin, guys. Thank you so much for that donation. And also, W's in the chat for Alex, who sent a super chat to say, I normally listen to Dean and only know about you in passing from when you visit the streams. Do you have a similar style? I'm me. As a matter of fact, I'm him, right? Like, listen, Alex, sit back and enjoy the ride. I promise you it's a fucking roller coaster. Not even gonna hold you. Carbon, am I lying?
Ain't lying.
W's in the chat for Alex. Thank you so much for that super chat, guys. If you'd like to support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube and you want to support, you can send a super chat. And guys, again, take care of Carbon. I know we're gifting, but his pay links are running in the poll, and I know they're in the bio, and I have not heard him say thank you to anyone yet. Guys, someone take care of my guy Carbon. What are we doing?
I got you a New York Times source from 2025. Support for Trump's policies exceeds support for Trump. A new poll found the public is sympathetic to the president-elect's plans to deport migrants and reduce Americans' presence overseas. So they have a poll right here that shows that 55% strongly or somewhat support Trump's mass deportations. New York Times.
I'm looking for it.
Got it right here from January.
That's 2025. That's 2025. You said
so. Question for you. Fred. If you don't mind, and also this is behind a paywall, so fuck that, right? I can't even validate what you're saying. I'm not going behind this paywall, right? So like, there's that. But also, question for you. When was Trump actually sworn into office?
January 20th.
Okay, and when is that article from?
I want to say.
Not want to say. I can see it, so I know you can see it. Be specific.
No, I don't. Just tell me right now. I can't see it right now.
January 18th.
January 18th. Yeah.
This article was written before Trump was even in office, bud.
Yeah,
literally
like
before he was in office.
So there's like this honeymoon effect that happens after every president like wins an election, where they become like they become like very popular, like 50 to 55% will just support them. Like this happened after Biden won the election in 2020. This happened after Trump won the election in 2016, and happened after Trump. I mean, it just keeps happening after every election. Once you win an election, like there's like a sizable shift of Americans who kind of shift in your favor a little bit for a honeymoon period for about maybe 6 to 8 months. That usually happens, and it starts to wane off sometimes around spring or summer of that next year after they assume office. So this tends to happen, right? So things that candidate tends to support, people tend to support that thing. So because, well, they tend to support that thing that candidate ran on, and then they just sour and go back to their default after roughly around summer, after seeing that president in office and actually be able to perform.
But
so
besides,
yeah, so it's expected. Like you didn't see these kind of things right after Joe Biden won, right? After Joe Biden won, you saw, give them pathway to citizenship. Those kind of policies are popular.
No one was
so you're gonna have to exclude that kind of data.
Most Americans
and try to see if
I can give you
it's consistent.
Give me a 2020 polling that showed most Americans favored amnesty. I would love to see that. Give me
I don't really care about a 2020 polling. I don't.
Well, he brought it up. Give me a polling that supports.
Thea, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, by the way. Pop off carbon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Go. W's in the chat. Yeah, I don't really care about a 2020 polling. What I would like to actually find out, hey, why do you think that in January 18th of 2025, that the reflection on Donald Trump's deportation policies was looked at in a positive view, but then March and July of 2025, the view completely shifted to a negative view? Why do you think that?
You're giving me one Pew Research that's not even accurate.
I gave you multiple things. I gave you multiple things. I didn't just give you the one Pew Research. I told you about the PBS article. I gave you the Pew Research. I can give you multiple studies, but again, answer the question.
That I don't think so. I can give you polls right now.
No. Answer the question.
Why people are souring on it? Because I don't think that polling information is accurate. I actually trust New York Times more than I would trust PBS or
New York Times is just reporting on a poll.
It's also behind a paywall, slap nuts, so you're not going to be able to get away with that one.
What'd you say?
I said it's also behind a paywall, slap nuts, so you're not going to be able to get away with that
one. You don't have the New York Times?
No. Why would I pay for the New York Times? No.
I feel like if you're in the politics, you should get the New York Times.
Yeah, I don't need to get the New York Times. I have AP News, Politico, BBC, Al Jazeera. I have Ground News. I have NPR, PBS. I have a lot of sources. I also know how to actually look information up. I'm not paying for shit. You must be out your goddamn mind if you think. Anyway, there's also another great article that's broken down by Economic Policy Institute that actually talks about how Donald Trump deportation agenda will destroy millions of jobs, right? And this is from July of 2025. There's multiple sources that continue to talk about not only how unfavorable this is, but how negatively impacting this is. But yet you haven't been able to quote anything, any type of source of anything since Donald Trump has had power and was actually implementing his hateful rhetoric.
Well, I'd say, why would he get elected?
Yeah.
If the majority of them, and also you're getting these poll numbers. These poll numbers are skewed. They're completely wrong. They're inaccurate.
Okay, Gallup. So Gallup is not a reliable source, for example.
No, Gallup is not a reliable source.
Gallup is not.
Wait. By what? Hold on. Stop, Fred. By what measure are you saying that Gallup is not a reliable source?
Look at their numbers from 2024 to 2025. It skewed that much. It went from 68% supporting mass deportations to 32 not, or 38 not. That's ridiculous. believe that.
Okay, you're saying it's ridiculous is not an argument. Do you have okay? So do you have? I'm sorry.
Numbers don't make sense.
I'm sorry. I don't know why you're over talking me.
Just
right?
because you
So
don't
look
understand it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. Sorry, go ahead, Carbon.
There's no
yeah,
way.
okay. You're saying it doesn't make sense. That's just going to be an argument from incredulity, right? I don't want an argument from incredulity. I want you to show me other trackers who have data that's inconsistent with Gallup's polling. I'm looking at the chart right now, and Gallup's polling does show there was a sharp increase in 2024, of course, right before the election, where people had their like record highs in supporting those deportations. And then after Donald Trump assumes office and he starts doing deportations, it goes back to the default, right? So you're going to have to explain why that happened. Now, if you want to say that that's just bullshit, right, then I want you to give me a few other trackers from 2000, let's say 2020, all the way through now to 2025 that show an inconsistency with this and show that Gallup is probably one of the only pollsters that show this stark decrease in these views. Do you have trackers like that?
Hold on real quick before he says anything. Carbon, you said, wait, one second, Fred. Carbon, you said Inca what?
What?
You said something about an inconsistent. No, I know fucking inconsistent.
Oh, argument. Yeah, it's an argument from incredulity saying it doesn't make sense, or I don't know why.
Wait, say the word again, Carbon.
Argument from incredulity.
Hey, Carbon.
Okay, well, check this out. Though. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now because I don't understand them, I'm gonna take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth.
You know what, Santana? I'll tell you something that you do understand.
Carbon, watch your mouth, and
I'll tell you something you do understand.
Debate.
Ellie, thank you for the $5 cash app saying spreading facts. Thank you so much, Ellie, and also LT Beast. Thank you for the $2 super chat over on YouTube. Mago, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So that is an argument from incredulity. Basically, I don't know, therefore it's wrong, right? That's the argument you gave me. So what I want you to give me, MAGA, somewhat genius, Fred. Right? Semi-genius, or Fred, right? I want you to give me other trackers over time that do not show this stark decrease. Go ahead.
You said use 2020 numbers that show that
just show like other trackers through 2015. I'm sorry. I gave you that as an example. It could be from 2000 because the Gallup one goes all the way back from 2016. So I just want you to show me studies that go all the way up until like summer of this year that do not show that stark decrease over time.
All right, give me a second.
Have any?
Give me a second.
Also, W's in the chat. Fucking W's in the chat for let me get back here. W's in the chat for Daniel. Daniel, you're fucking awesome. Daniel sent a $4 donation. Say New York Times subscription is actually extremely valuable. Here's your first month sub. Daniel, thank you. I'll do it. W's in the chat for Daniel for that $4 donation to get me a New York Times subscription. Guys, again, if you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube and you want to support, you can send a super chat and I will read that off. Hey, make sure you guys are liking the stream over on the tube as well. And guys, please do not forget about my African brother, Carbon. Make sure we're taking care of him. Make sure we're hitting his pay links. It's running in the poll in the bio. Make sure we show him some love because he's up here ice skating uphill with me as we talk to Fred.
And just to remind everybody what Fred's homework is, he's saying the Gallup poll showing that there was a spike in Americans' preferred rate of immigration and things like that. Their views on immigration, there was a spike, a record spike in 2024, and that spike has since been resolved back to default. Now, Fred is saying that that's bullshit, right? And so he's going to have to show his homework is to show other trackers over time that do not show this trend all the way through mid 2025. Did you find that source?
I could find it through early 2025. I couldn't find it through mid 2025. But just
yeah, so the Gallup poll shows that spike in early 2025. So that's just going to be consistent with the Gallup poll.
But my thing is, it's like Trump ran on immigration. Trump won the election on immigration. You're telling me the numbers skewed from 68 to 38?
Oh, I'm not telling you that. Gallup is telling you that.
But do you believe
numbers
also,
are telling
yes,
you that?
yes.
Yeah, Americans are telling you that. They're viewing Americans. They're polling Americans. Americans are telling you that.
You know why though? Would you like to know why, Fred?
So
It's
if
because
polling
Fred,
number during
Fred,
the
that was a
election,
question. That was a direct question for you. Would you like to know why?
why?
Because Donald Trump actually started doing the hateful shit, and people realized, oh man, this is fucked up, right? Because Donald Trump said that he was going to get all the criminals out of the country. He said when he ran on mass deportation, he talked about getting criminals out of the country. And listen, whether you are a sucker that fell hook, line, and sinker, a lot of people believe that he was going to actually target criminals. But then they started losing their minds when Donald Trump started showing up at churches, and well, not Trump specifically, but I started showing up at churches and schools and court hearings and actually deporting people that actually contribute to their community that they didn't realize. I'm still speaking. They didn't realize were undocumented immigrants. They started losing their minds when the people that they actually knew were affected, because they didn't think the people that they wanted to harm were going to be people that they actually cared about. And once they realized the people that they cared about are also the people that were going to be harmed, that was like, ooh, I fucked up. Like, that's what happened. That's why there was such a huge shift in it, is because you know how many Trump supporters I've spoken to who said, well, he said that he was going to get all the criminals out. And not everyone tries to twist themselves into a pretzel like you and say, well, technically they're all criminals when they cross the border. No, literally they understand that Donald Trump told them that he was getting all the bad people out. And really what it is, he's just getting everybody out.
So why in your own Pew Research, and I got to go after one, but why in your own Pew Research that said that 52% of people believe in
Sir, this is Wendy's, not an airport. If you're saying you got to go, just leave. I literally don't need to know about your departure. Also, I have not enjoyed my time with you, so why would I give you a closing argument?
Big special shout out to Sergeant for the $2 over on YouTube. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Happy Labor Day, workers of the world unite. Thank you so much, Sergeant. I appreciate that.
I know that's right. Also, W's in the chat for Lindsay, who sent a $10 donation saying, reporting for duty, friend. What up, Lindsay? You are fucking awesome. I appreciate you so much. Guys, we don't have anybody in the box. We don't have anybody in the box. Trump supporters, they're a bunch of bitches. Fuck it, I said it.
Soft.
Yeah. SAWFT, soft. They're soft. MAGA is unalive. Listen, this is the thing, right? Carbon, how much time do you have?
I got some time. Got some time.
Chad, if I hit one more restart, will you guys come back? I need to see at least 800 yeses if you will come back. If I hit a restart, will you come back?
800 yeses. Let's go.
I'm writing all your names down. I hope you guys know that I have an eidetic memory. Like a fucking supercomputer. I'm like the Rob of the left. If you know, you know. Massive fucking W's in the chat for Carol. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Carol. Carol sent a $100 donation, 50 for me and 50 for my African brother Carbon. She said, give 50 to Carbon. I'm going to
Oh my God.
Massive W's in the chat for Carol. Carol, thank you so much for that donation. You are freaking awesome. I will send that over to Carbon as well. Also, massive W's in the chat for Alex, who sent another $5 donation. Said, since you have a moment, what's your opinion on democratic socialism? I'm big on democratic control in the workplace. Carbon, do you want to go first? Because I'm just going to say based, but I can expand it.
Yeah, some people there's like people when they say like democratic socialism, some people take that to be the more Bernie Sanders type. But it seems like that viewer looks like he's taking it more of So yeah, I'm more of a Bernie guy. Bernie politics, social democracy.
I lean way further than that.
Norway. Yeah.
I think it's a good start. Listen, I'm not a goddamn commie just yet, but like this whole capitalism shit is not.
They were born in the 80s.
Listen, this whole capitalism thing is not good. But like, no, I think that's a progressive stance to take, especially because like moderate Republicans tend to hold the Democratic Party back. I do think that democratic socialism has a bit of a talking point. I think that it needs to hit that next gear, right, and do more. But I trend towards more left. I believe in the things, right? So there's that.
The things, yeah. Speaking of capitalism, by the way, Lindsay, thank you for the $10.
Hey.
I appreciate you, Lindsay. Put a $10 over on Venmo. Reporting for duty here too, new friend. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I appreciate you.
Lindsay is so based.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hit a quick restart, and you all promise. Listen, if I do this restart and like you guys don't come right back, I'll never stream again.
There you go.
I said it. If every one of you don't come right back, if every single one of you don't come right back, I'll never stream again. You promise? Okay. Yes, I am dramatic.
He gets zero views when he comes back.
And yes, Carbon will be back too. At least Carbon will be back. At least Carbon will be back. I know that one. I am, Kay. God darn it. W's in the chat for Ellie, who sent a $2 super chat to say, we need to move past capitalistic system, bro. The only way. I agree. I fucking agree. All right, we're gonna hit a quick restart.
Sure.
Does that make sense? If it's being funded, great.
Josh, what if I told you that the implications of that article and the way that it was carefully worded to make you to imply that people's content was somehow molded because they were taking this money was untrue? Would you feel differently about this article?
Say that one more time.
Sure. If I told you that the way that this article was written to imply that the people being within this group, within Chorus, that their content was being managed and molded because they were taking this money. If you found out that implication is not true and that this person implied it but never said it outright because she couldn't prove it, would you be this concerned about your content creators being paid money?
Hear me out. Taylor Lorenz, I'm not a fan of, point blank. So, but there are things in that article that did alarm me, and things that I did see. One of the biggest ones was being that they weren't allowed to
even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Yeah. Step in if you dare. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. Yeah. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. No. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna sparring with Santana. Step in, if you dare. You care. Get hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna sparring with Santana. Yeah, this ain't a safe place. This is flame space. Step in, don't you wanna sparring with Santana.
Oh, I love that song.
Listen, this song is cool, but
Got
it's
the LA vibe too.
Listen, it's ranked number 3 out of all 3 of my songs. Have you ever heard Brunch with My Creator? Before you leave, I'll play it for you. Brunch with My Creator is a fucking bop. Not even gonna hold you. Brunch with My Creator is an absolute bop. Guys, if you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are only looking for some debates. We are only looking for debates. Guys, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not talking to friendlies. We are only looking for some debates. What up, Swan? Guys, Carbon, you know what I've realized about Trump supporters? They're hypocrites.
Very much.
They're hypocrites, right?
And why are they hypocrites?
Well, they're hypocrites because when they talk about things like all rights, right? It's not all rights. It's not all rights because 6.7. What are you talking about? Hey, Boeing, get back up here. Boeing, are you a Trump supporter? I saw you in a request first, and then you ran. Get back up here. Get back up here. They talk about all rights, but for some reason they actually only care about like 2A, but then at the same time don't think that undocumented immigrants should get access to their rights as far as due process. They talk about whose bodies matter because they don't want to wear masks and get vaccinated, but for some reason they want to control women's bodies. They talk about protecting kids because they don't want men and women's spaces, but then has a predator as a president and who protects PDF files. They're also so emotional. They called us snowflakes while continuing to crash out every fucking day on this app. Every day.
Yeah, they got these are the same people who said it was an attack on men to change Mr. Potato Head to Potato Head, right? Like
also,
these are the people that crashed out at male cheerleaders for the Vikings.
They were also mad that the green M&M got changed and they took the heels off the green M&M. It's weird. They're weird. They got upset about that. And last but not least, listen, they talked about quote unquote Sleepy Joe, right? They love talking about quote unquote Sleepy Joe, but then at the same time, they won't talk about Crypt Keeper Don because Carbon, I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he does not look good.
Oh yeah.
He does not look
man
good.
He's probably peeing in a mason jar at this point.
I don't know that reference, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the screen again. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Listen, I'm gonna let this person up. I can't even really call this person like a Trump supporter anymore. I mean, I guess we'll bring him in for a second, but like, he doesn't even necessarily qualify as a Trump supporter anymore. If he loads, there we go.
Me?
Yeah, you don't. I can't. You don't really fall in that category anymore.
Santana, I don't know. You. I think you're being a little bit nicer to me than you're supposed to be.
No, I mean, like, I understand that you have like quote unquote conservative policies. I mean, ideal policies and all this other stuff. But like, I don't know if I could fully call you a hypocrite, but you know, whatever. Carbon, have you talked to Dr. Julio?
I have never. No, I don't think so.
All right, I'll let you and Carbon go at it because again, I don't know. I don't really. You don't really fit the bill for me. Sorry, you don't get that label anymore. Is
it because I demonstrate that I'm disillusioned with the MAGA movement? Is that what it is?
That, and also, I mean, like, again, you showed that you had some integrity when you actually, you spoke truth, and so you're not a cultist, and that's a little bit tough for me. Like, I get it.
You're unskinny. It's Lou Fax. That's what we call him on Clubhouse. But the problem is, yeah, that's an interesting character. That's a funny.
Yeah, it is.
But no, I mean, the thing with Trump, right? I do believe there are a lot of people. Now, let me preface this by saying I will always hold Trump accountable because I hold all politicians accountable. But the thing that I have noticed with a lot of people that are just so damn pro MAGA, right, is that they have this severely high inability to call out Trump when he does something that is just flat out objectively wrong. For example, his defunding of medical research is insane to me. Also, the fact that he allowed the United States government to purchase a 10% ownership stake in Intel.
Oh, that was wild.
Well, now I can't get into I'm not going to, this is your live, Santana, so of course I can't get into why I have a severe problem with that because that gets into religious implications and things of that nature. I can't talk about that, but that was insane. That is literally a different form of Obamacare being mandated, which is what Trump was against. It is. Anytime that the government attempts to regulate, well, here's what I mean. The Obamacare mandate that was struck down by the Supreme Court was an attempt. Trump's argument was that it was an attempt by the U.S. government / Congress specifically to regulate commerce. He disagreed with that. The mandate was struck down. By allowing the government to gain private ownership of the largest chip, I believe the largest, if not one of the largest chip manufacturers in the world, it's
only behind NVIDIA, I think.
Yeah, definitely one of the. Yeah. So you're right, Santana. You're right. So the second largest. You're right. That I disagree. I don't like that. I don't like government. I don't like any excessive government interference in the market in any capacity. So and now Trump he tried to justify it by saying, well, we don't have rights to the information and blah blah blah. Also, the thing about Trump that I don't like, he put a ban on the regulation of AI for 10 years. I think that
they took that out of the BBB.
Say that again.
That didn't get passed. They took that out.
That was out?
Yeah. He tried.
Yeah, they took it out.
No. They got it out of the BBB.
Okay, good. Well, then that's one part of the BBB that actually is beautiful. They took that out. That I'll stand. But no, I mean, I think with the whole 2A and the protect the kids thing, I think I'm as pro Second Amendment as anybody.
I am too. Right. I'm actually a card toting 2A member. Right. But
same.
Like what are we even talking about, man? Protect the babies.
Well, that's the thing about I'm for that as well. The problem is, and I did a video on this a couple days ago, Santana. I think the problem with AB is more of a trust issue.
No. When I say the babies, I mean kids in school. Like I know AB is a whole different thing, but I'm talking about like the kids in school. When you talk about mass unalivings.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Let me tell you something. If I ever get to be president in 20 years, I would mandate. I wouldn't mandate it. I would do the same thing that the mayor of Kennesaw in Georgia did. He passed a law that said all males over 21 have to own a firearm. Now, of course, he doesn't enforce the law. He doesn't enforce it. But there is a very, very, very low crime rate in the city of Kennesaw where the majority of men do own a firearm. There's a negative correlation between the presence of firearms and the commission of crime. You can look that up across the country. But when it comes to I did want to touch on the.
Well, hold on one second. W's in the chat for Elaine, who sent a $5 donation. Say, never been into politics, but y'all make it so fun, and I'm learning so much. All I knew before you guys was fuck Donald Trump and keep it up. Absolutely. Listen, I'm glad that you're here with me, right? Because like I think that I always say this, if you enjoy the information, education, and entertainment, please consider donating. And I think the only way that we can get any type of real information across is by having some type of entertainment factor. That's why I do the backgrounds. That's why I have, the soundboard and the introduction, and I make jokes and all this other stuff. Like, you have to be able to engage with people and meet them where they are, especially if you're trying to actually push out any type of real information in a sea of disinformation. So I'm happy to hear that you actually are, receptive to this. So thank you. Also, W's in the chat for Alex over on the tube, who sent a $10 super chat to say Idea US, a social programs from Norway. I agree. Freedom loving country of the US and a social warmth of Italy. I don't know about Italy. I've kind of heard some things. The workers protected, free and loving. Yes, I'm slacking off from work. Listen, I don't never do shit at work. Anyway, W's in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. Over on the tube, you can send a super chat, and I will go ahead and read that out. Listen, Dr. Julio, I know you were about to say something, but I think before I do, I have to make a formal introduction for you and Carbon, and also anyone in the chat that may not exactly know who you are, because I think if I say this, Carbon is probably going to recognize who you are immediately, and I think that's going to spark a bit of a conversation. Carbon, did you see the Surrounded Jubilee, the 20 Black conservatives?
There was the recent one, right?
Yep.
I've only seen clips. I haven't seen the entire thing.
Did you see the guy that was preaching, and then Amanda was like, "You can't raise your voice at me," and da 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 da, and it's like, "Oh, it's fuck ACAB all day."
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That was him.
You didn't see Dr. Julio clip?
No, I haven't seen that one.
I watched the whole thing, and it's funny. Like and I will give you credit. Like at least you were like someone that stood out, because there was a lot more that happened, but those clips aren't circulating. But Dr. Julio, that's him. That's him. He was one of the 20 black conservatives in the Jubilee Surrounded.
Okay. Have any of your views changed since you've gone on that show?
No, they've only gotten more solidified. To be quite honest with you, they've only gotten more solidified. I think I was not sitting across from a liberal. I was sitting across from a self-described radical. And,
she did say that multiple times. She made sure you knew that she was a radical.
Yeah. You know, my definition of radical is different than Amanda's. You know, but it was an interesting conversation. I'll say that it was definitely an interesting one.
Anywho, Dr. Julio.
You know, but I think that, again, I think one of the things that we need to see, you know, when you look at there is a level of hypocrisy that I have seen out of the Trump administration that has pissed me off to no end.
Wait, hold on now. If you're going to be up here, you got to be an op. You can't keep agreeing with
us.
Well,
no, mind you, I'm prefacing this by saying, to be honest with you, understanding how flawed he is, I still would have voted for him over Kamala Harris. I'm not changing.
It still doesn't make sense, because he's not doing the things that you voted for him. Like, I get the things that you voted for him on, but he's not doing it.
Well, actually, Santana, there is one piece of this that he is doing. I'm hoping to see if Brendan Carr follows through with this, because he's now the chair of the FCC, which is revising Section 230.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
Right.
You can have it, Carbon.
Yeah. So if Brendan Carr is able to revise Section 230 and give us a chronological algorithm, and force companies like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram to give us that chronological algorithm as a choice, and also be transparent about their algorithm in general. If he can pass that, then I'd be like, all right, you still didn't give me my damn Epstein files. You still didn't take the audit of Fort Knox like you promised. You still didn't do everything, but that's a win, you know. So that's why he would have still taken my vote.
Wait, so I'm sorry, you said you want Donald Trump, you want the government to force private corporations to do what again?
What I want the government to do is to force private corporations that operate in the information square, which is the public sector now. You should give us a algorithmic transparency law, which would simply force companies to reveal how they curate content for us. And I'm talking about Instagram, Facebook. This is not just exclusive to TikTok, by the way. The United States of America, we are now in a position where social media has become the public square. As such, it should not be, just because you're a private corporation, you should not be able to usurp the freedom of speech or modify or restrict someone's ability to have the same access, the equivalent access to an audience. That I'm not. Okay. I've never been for that.
Yeah. So you're saying you're not for those things, but I'm trying to look for an argument. What I'm asking for is an argument for why the government should be involved.
Because the government, right as of right now, corporations have the ability, and when I say corporations in this case, I'm talking about TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. They have the ability to moderate or curate content with very, very high amounts of non-liability for whether or not they censor or moderate or take down content on a whim. It's very arbitrary. And I think that the federal government should step in and revise Section 230 of the U.S. Digital Communications Act, so that when you act like a publisher instead of acting completely neutral, and this was exposed with the Twitter files and things like that, where Twitter was, people at Twitter were paid and told to take down posts that were anti-this, anti-that. I think that should be changed fundamentally. I think the freedom of speech should not stop at the internet.
You're saying freedom of speech.
Just an FYI, YouTube, I just put up a poll. Check out the poll and let me know what you think. There's 326 people hanging out on the tube. Lock in on that poll for me. I'm letting you make that decision. Anyway, go ahead, Carbon.
Yeah. So you said it's part of the public square. So I don't see how that's, like, people optionally go onto those websites and those apps, right? You don't have to have TikTok on your phone. You don't have to have Twitter on your phone. you choose to go on there, and then you choose to express yourself and the ways that you're allowed to express yourself. Those private companies, whether you disagree or agree with their policies or not, they have the ability to curate their content, just like you, as somebody who's on their platform, has the ability to curate your content, right? So it just seems like I don't see the principal distinction for why the government wouldn't just come in as a private user of that platform and then demand that you yourself give transparency of how you curate your content when people are on your specific page. I don't see why it would only have to be relegated to social media, right? Because there's a lot of different public squares, right? There's places where you can get information about the world. There's libraries. So now it seems to be that libraries have to give like some sort of like government overreach where they have to say, well, it's a certain type of library where like certain books are allowed, but you know, they don't allow like Yahtzee books promoting Yahtzeeism in their libraries. And so they have to give that information to the government. That seems to be an encroachment on an individual liberty of a company, whether you like it or not. We can just agree that some companies are like BS, right? I don't like what Elon Musk did to Twitter. Twitter seems to be a Yahtzee space, but it's worse to have the government come. I don't use Twitter like that anymore. I don't look at it for news anymore. You used to be able to go on Twitter and then the trending would just be the news, like it'll be the top journalists. It's not like that anymore. It lost that after Elon Musk took over. I don't think that's a government problem. I think that's a platform problem. We should change the platform. Right. I mean, that seems to be like, I'm on the left, but that seems to be something that conservatives generally agree with, you know?
Well, what I'm saying is that, you know, the freedom of speech and expression in the 21st century, first of all, the Digital Communications Act was written I want to say it was written in the 60s or the 70s. It was written, put it this way, it was written prior to the existence of the internet. My only argument is that because information can be disseminated faster and in ways that were not around when that law was written, we should simply update the law to reflect that the 21st century. And people have the right, in my opinion, regardless of viewpoint, to have the same equivalent access to an audience. It is well documented that TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook curates people's algorithms and downplays or suppresses people's content based purely on political viewpoint. There are 17 court cases just off the top of my head I could point to that prove this. I simply want everyone to have, regardless of viewpoint, the same access to an audience. So I'm not telling these companies to change anything that they're doing, simply offer all users the ability to opt out of content moderation entirely. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, let me ask you this.
One second.
First, I gotta shout out this Activisa. Thank you so much for the $8 super chat. Carbon, thank you for being here. Also, could you ask Santana if he got my super chat? Activista baby, thank you so much for the $8.
Activista. W's in the chat for Erica, who sent a $4.99 YouTube super chat. Let's see, Activista. Did I don't see it. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I did. I hearted it, but I didn't read it out. Said thank you for being the facts man. Listen, I try to, like, you got to hold them accountable and you got to make sure that they're willing to bring facts. If they don't, then like, what are we even doing? W's in the chat for Activista. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. Listen, YouTube, we have 78 votes. Look at the poll. And once we get to 100 votes, we're going to make a decision. So if you have not voted yet over on YouTube, go ahead and get your vote in. Once we hit 100 votes, we're going to close the poll, and that will be the decision. Also, guys, if you'd like to support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. Also, if you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. And don't forget about my African brother here, Carbon. Make sure we're taking care of him. Guys, let's get him over 1,000 coins. He should be over 1,000 coins already. I know we had to do a quick little flip reset, right? But let's make sure we're taking care of Carbon and also hit those pay links for him. They're running in the poll in the bio. Carbon, you were just about to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to ask him, like, I don't see why this would only apply to social media companies and not like news organizations and like individual content creators. Why wouldn't an individual content creator, like, for example, maybe like a YouTuber or maybe a TikTok live streamer, right? Why wouldn't we also have to report to the government? Let's say when we're debating or covering some news article or something like that, it seems like I would be forced. I would just like I would be. I wouldn't be able to like have these conversations, right? Like because I'd have to like because when I host lives about debating conservatives, right? I only want conservative voices up, right? So I'm actually selecting against conservatives, and that's obvious. Nobody has a problem with that. I don't want like liberals coming up and like talking to me about like those kind of things unless they're like co-hosts. So it seems like I'm biasing conservatives in my feed, right? And I'm biasing what people see on my feed, which is conservative versus liberal content, right? And it seems like I would have to report that to the government. It seems
I think you're misunderstanding. All I'm speaking of, Carbon, is
cool thing, whatever that was.
Yeah, I'm only speaking to Carbon of whatever. You are an individual creator. I'm talking about the hosting platform. All I'm simply saying is that whatever platform you're hosting your content on should give you the widest amount of reach at baseline possible. There are because this is the United States of America and the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, which is the freedom of speech and expression. And if we live in a world currently where political viewpoints are suppressed, and this is documented, I simply think that should be changed. Regardless of what your viewpoint is, I think the public square should allow you to
Hold on, guys. One second. Julio, you're getting cooked over on YouTube. Not even gonna hold you. Not even gonna hold you. Like they are. Like first of all, YouTube is built different. Like I don't know how much you engage with YouTube.
I got 3,000 subs on YouTube. I know
that's cute.
So here's a question I have for
cute.
you.
I got 7,200. Sophie said, "Dude, mad that people's algorithm don't include him. That's all. He's thinking about being suppressed."
Yeah.
Also,
so let me ask you this.
Hold on. Also, we did a poll. And the question was, do we want to keep Dr. Julio or find someone else? And the answer was no, F that, find someone better, or yes, let him kick it. And with 45% of the vote was let him kick it. 54% of the vote said no, you got to go. And not only that, like people have been sending super chat saying that you got to go as well, Julio. Like they said you were born. I ain't even gonna lie. And listen, that ain't me, it's the people. I'm a man of the people. I gotta oblige. Like this is what they asked for. I gotta get the people what they want. Dr. Julio, I appreciate you.
Bye.
Sorry. W's in the chat for Jazz, who sent a $5 super chat to say, nice job, Santana. As always, keep fighting for all of us. Listen, I have no other choice. I really appreciate you so much. Absolutely. Also, W's in the chat for Erica, who said, I forgot the message. Technology stay kicking my AWS. Anywho, Julio gots to go. W's in the chat for all the gifters, guys. Again, if you'd like to support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're over on the tube and you want to support live, you can do so with a super chat. And also, again, Carbon, right here. Make sure we're taking care of Carbon. Make sure we're hitting his pay links. Make sure we're getting, guys, let's get him over 2K, right? He's at 1.32. Let's get him over 2K. Be like baboons. Are you a Trump supporter?
Not baboons. No, I'm not.
You're not? Okay. All right. I'm going to drop you down. I appreciate you. Not even going to lie. I thought we was about to get into some racist shit. Thought we was about to get into some racist shit. Not even going to lie. And chat. The next time somebody come in here with like some racist shit, got something for them.
Uh-oh.
Fuck it, I'm gonna show you guys real quick since nobody's requesting. You know what happened?
Thank you for the gifts.
Hey, they sent the fucking starship. Let's go.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Thank you, Activista. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Listen. Not even gonna hold you. The next time one of these white nationalists come in here with the racist shit, next time they come in here with the racist shit, when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I want to make sure everyone understands that, especially when you come into like my live, and you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Actually, I might not even be able to show you. Look, oh, the background is like, L's in the chat for fucking TikTok. It's just spinning. Let me show you this, just so you guys know I'm not, BSing. Hold on. Look at this. Just spinning. It won't let me load my background. Oh, hold on. There we go. It won't let me load the background.
L. Sergeant Peppery, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Appreciate
But you know what I might be able to do?
Santana Inception.
All right. Next time someone decides they want to play stupid games, right? With some racist shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it.
Yeah,
Damn
it blew it up.
Damn it.
Know what it is though. The lips.
Next time we play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. Trump supporters, where are we?
Where y'all at?
Yes, Carbon does have a Twitch. Carbon, what's your Twitch?
Same name. Carbon says over there on Twitch. We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. We're growing that. I think within about a week, what we're gonna do is before we start our debate lives, we're gonna be doing reacts solely on Twitch. That's gonna be the place where we cover the news, politics, and things like that before we launch up our debates.
Carbon, I think I won. I think I fucking won MAGA. Like they've been,
yeah, we converted all of them, huh?
Well, they've been ducking me for a long time. Like we know that they're a bunch of bitches, right? I mean, that's what it really comes. Hey, Amber, what's going on, friend? Oh, guys, we're halfway through the gift gold, little kissy hearts. Who's that? Hey, Jay Wan. Yeah, we already know that MAGA's a bunch of bitches. They're soft, right? They're sensitive. They don't really have any type of substance. I was on Parker's Live the other night, and this guy was saying, "Oh, you guys can't bother me like I did time in jail, and I'm not sensitive, and blah 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 blah. You can't make me crash out." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." Hold on, why is that messing up? Anyway, he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Hey, what are your pronouns?" He lost his shit. When I tell you he crashed so hard, like he lost it when I said, "What are your pronouns?"
What's up?
Austin, are you a Trump supporter?
Real King Kong, thank you for the follow.
I am a Trump supporter, and I remember Carbon from another live I was debating. Soft as MF, I know.
Did you come up here to fangirl?
Talking about spanking is abuse. Yeah, you remember, don't you, Carbon?
Yeah, but I said, did you come up?
Oh
here
yes.
to fangirl?
Oh, you think?
No, I'm.
Did he want to?
Did you want to come up here and defend? Hypocritical. You realize that, right?
Listen. We're not going to talk about those type of spankings. We can talk about the spanking I'm about to deliver to you. Hey, Austin, why are you all such hypocrites?
The fact that you calling us hypocrites makes you hypocritical is hilarious to me.
How so?
Because in everything you argue about goes right back onto your own arguments.
Sure, substantiate that.
Let's see. One in which Carbon was talking about how we're soft when he's the softest.
Wait. Is this Carbon's live or is this Santana live?
No, but Carbon's here to support you.
Sure. Is this Carbon's live
Carbon's
or is this
part
Santana
of the
live?
Oh, we're all
hey.
Wait, how are we
lock in
hypocrites?
for me.
You still haven't given the argument.
Yeah, is this Carbon's live or is this Santana live?
I got one. You're saying we're so emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're taking up time to argue this, meaning you're the emotional one.
It's called illogical.
No, it's called being a hypocrite. Because if you weren't emotional about this, you wouldn't take time out of your day
to destroy people like you.
Just to make sure I have this premise right, you're saying that I'm emotional because I engage in debates
about people being emotional. Yeah, because
Well,
you can't
the debate isn't
ignore
about
it.
people being emotional. The
You know what,
debate is
Santana?
about
You know what,
hypocrites.
Santana?
And you're saying we're so
Santana, he might
emotional.
be right. You know what, Santana? He might actually be right, because you know what? Whenever I destroy people like this, whenever you destroy people like this, we do get a little rush of dopamine.
We do.
When we see them
Carbon, I
cower with their
destroyed
tail
you,
between
and you
their
know
legs,
it.
don't they?
We do.
Don't we know? Don't we do that? Yeah.
Carbon,
It's
I
a little-
destroyed you,
it's
and
a
you
little
know
bit.
it.
So hold on. All right,
You don't. I
listen.
don't even know who you are, my
Austin,
guy.
Carbon, you
I
know I
promise you,
destroyed
you've
you.
never destroyed me.
Hey, bud. Hey, listen. I think you got me fucked up. Okay. So this is the thing about this. This is Sparring with Santana, right? And I know you see my African brother Carbon right here, and you're probably thinking, man, he's cute. I'm gonna come up here and try to get me some.
Oh yeah, he's a fine looking gentleman.
Sure, I know, but listen, this is my house, right? So first and foremost, take your shoes off and don't disrespect my carpet, right?
Oh,
With that
100%.
being said,
I feel you.
with that being said, I'm gonna speak first, and then you can speak, right? So
Yes,
your
sir.
premise was that I am emotional because I am debating about quote unquote people being emotional. But
Yeah.
I think you're missing the premise of the actual debate. The debate is about people being hypocritical, and
Yeah.
the points are how they are hypocritical. So I'm not debating about people being emotional. I'm saying that this is one of the reasons why I say that they're hypocritical. You don't see the distinction?
Oh wait, so we're hypocrites because we call you emotional.
No, you're hypocrites. Okay, let me run through this for you real quick, bud. So you're hypocrites because people on the right say not all rights, right? So they actually support their right for 2A and their pew-pews, while at the same time saying undocumented immigrants should not have rights to due process. That's hypocrisy. People on the right
They don't have the
are
right to come here
hypocrites.
legally.
Hey, can you exemplify any type of emotional regulation and let me run through my points?
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
Thank you. With that being said, people on the right talk about whose body matters. They get upset when people say you need to wear a mask or you need to get vaccinated, but at the same time, for some reason, want to control women's right to bodily autonomy when getting ABs. People on the right scream that they want to protect kids and keep men out of women's spaces, but at the same time, voted for a predator who protects PDF files in every single
Wait, can you
instance he
repeat the
can.
first point you made about wearing masks and getting vaccinated? That's the left side, not the right side. That's all the liberals and the conservatives.
You guys.
I mean, not conservatives, but all the liberals. Sorry,
You're a liberal.
I'm not liberal.
You're not a liberal. Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't speak on opinion and emotion. I speak on
Sure.
facts.
Sure. Okay. So cool. Question for you. Do you believe in in individual rights?
Oh, of course.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Do you believe in civil liberties?
Can you define that, or
Yeah.
what you mean when you say that?
Well, just more so the actual right to any type of living without, oppression.
Oh yeah,
Without
absolutely.
certain restrictions. Cool.
Yeah.
Do
Mhm.
you believe in democracy, like having the ability to actually vote for who you want to represent you?
Yeah.
Do you believe in free enterprise, capitalism, making the shmoney?
hmm
You're a liberal. That's
I'm not a
literally
liberal.
that's literally the definition of a liberal. You
I'm not a
guys
liberal. I
try
don't
to
speak on opinion and emotion. I speak
yeah,
on
again,
facts.
listen, bud.
If he spoke
That's
on
the
facts, you
that's
wouldn't.
the actual
You'd be a
definition
liberal.
of being a liberal.
Right. And
So
Carbon, if you
maybe
spoke
you
on
should
facts, you would
actually
voted for Trump.
maybe you
Huh.
should actually
Don't vote for
Austin,
pedophiles. Sorry,
Austin, listen.
He's not a pedophile. You have no proof.
Austin.
I can show you.
Austin, you got
Show
one
me.
more time.
Show me.
Austin. Hey, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now, but Austin, you got one more time to disrespect me in my house before you take that long walk down the Green Mile. Like literally, I'm sitting here talking to you and you're trying to engage and you're showing how emotional you are right now because Carbon is literally doing the rope-a-dope. You
You're
can't
right.
concentrate on what I'm saying because you're so emotionally locked in and invested in Carbon.
No,
Carbon
you're right.
has
You're
had
right.
you hooked since you got up here. You're
Absolutely,
proving
yeah.
the background.
I let my emotions do the best of me.
You did. It's okay.
Yeah.
It happens. You guys are emotional. So
Exactly. We're human beings.
So, yeah. So like I
Yeah.
said, just to revisit this point, right, as far as whose body matters, I said you guys protest and say you don't want to do things like wearing masks and getting vaccinated.
Oh,
while at the same
100%.
while at the same time saying women should not have the right to bodily autonomy and being able to get ABs. That's the
shouldn't.
hypocrisy. See, right there, that's hypocrisy. You don't think that's hypocrisy?
You want to debate on ABs?
No, I want to debate on your hypocrisy. How can you have double standards for certain things? Why is it that the things only apply to you and not to everyone?
Well, that's not true. When we say we don't want to get vaccinated, it's because vaccines have killed lots of people.
Unalive. Vaccinations actually reduce the likelihood
yeah,
of
that's what
certain
that's what you were
Sure,
told.
I hear
That's what
you.
were told.
But the premise of not wanting
That's
to
what
get
the data
vaccinated
shows.
is that you don't want someone to tell you what to do with your body, right?
That's what the data shows because they don't
Sure.
include
Hey,
all the
hey, hey,
unalive
Austin,
that weren't
Austin, answer
Yeah,
the
they do.
question
You're
for
lying.
me, bud. The premise is you don't want to be forced to get vaccinated because you don't want someone to tell you to do with your body, right?
No, I don't want to get vaccinated because it might unalive me and it might have
Because
mad
you
side
don't
effects.
want someone to tell you that you have to do this with your body, right?
No, because of the side effects that come with it.
Because
I'd be
you
fine with
don't
taking it if there wasn't
listen,
side effects.
Austin. Are you going to be disingenuous as well?
Oh, I'm just speaking the truth.
No, you're being disingenuous because
How am I being disingenuous?
because there's no actual proven evidence that vaccinations lead to unalivement.
Hundreds of countless unalives that
Sure.
weren't explained happened
Can
during the
you-
pandemic when people were getting vaccinated, including my grandma.
Yeah, my grandmother passed away during the pandemic as well, and it wasn't because of vaccination. It was because slapnuts like you, who actually would not do the right things, and she had something else. People unalive because they were immunocompromised from other factors, and people were unwilling to actually protect other people.
You guys are
because they're
regurgitating all of
selfish
what the
like
government has
you.
told us.
Sure.
All of what the government has made you believe.
Listen, Austin.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Falling under.
he-
You're
yeah,
just falling
yeah,
the
yeah.
simple
So I'm
lie.
sorry. Do you have any empirical research or studies that have been peer reviewed that shows
The
that
countless
getting a vaccine? I don't know
unalive-
why you're over talking me. I don't know why you're over talking me, Austin. So I'm gonna ask the question again. Okay. Do you have any empirical research or studies that shows and supports your view that if somebody was vaccinated, they're more likely to unalive than if they were to get COVID-19? Do you have any studies for that?
Hundreds of countless unalives after the vaccine was given.
Yeah, give me the study.
And they mandated this lockdown for
Austin, don't
COVID-19,
just
which
talk
is
about it.
basically a
Actually
cold.
cite your source.
It's basically just your average cold.
Hey,
They made us
name of
wear
the
masks
study.
and
Hold on one
vaccines because
second,
they want to
Carter.
control
That's not
us.
a study, Austin.
Because the government
Austin, listen, but
you know it.
Feelings. See, this is feelings, right?
It is.
Following
You're
the lies of
crashing.
government.
You're literally crashing. Carbon has you twisted.
Yeah, I'm getting pissed because
Yeah, because you're emotional.
it makes me mad when people don't see
Sure, because you guys have big feelings.
because you
you're
guys are falling the
snowflakes.
lie,
Because you're snowflakes. Listen,
being manipulated.
Austin, stop.
mad.
Austin, stop. Austin. This is what I'm gonna say. We're gonna have a respectful conversation. We're not gonna interrupt. We're gonna finish our points. We're gonna cite our sources. And the next crash out that you have, Austin, you prove my point, and there's no point of you actually being up here anymore. So try to keep the fifis
And drop
and your
me.
tum-tums in check.
You know you're wrong. You know you're all wrong.
Listen, Buttercup.
Sorry, what was
I don't
that
care, drop
source?
me.
See, there it is. You crash out all the time because
Right,
you're
I'm-
such a sensitive.
You guys
You're
are being
such
easily-
a sensitive man child.
Drop me. Go for it.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you would
I
like
will.
that, wouldn't you?
I will. I have no issues with getting him out of here. Like I don't understand why he thought that he was the star of the show. Like you literally proved the background. You literally proved the background. All you do is exhibit weakness in every single way. And he got reported for misinformation. Good thing I got him out of here before that happened. Like, what are we even doing? W's in the chat for Devonna, who sent a $3.49 YouTube. I'm sorry, not $3.49 donation to say, thank you so much for what you do. I'm Canadian, and I know it doesn't affect me as much as it does down south. It does. Listen, the things that Trump is doing absolutely affects you, and I'm sorry that it does, which is why you didn't have a choice in dealing with this, and you're still being affected for it. I said, but still, it does inevitably continue educating these douchebags. I'm trying. They're a bunch of slap nuts, right? So that's that. W's in the chat. Thank you so much. Guys, if you like to support the live, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Best way to support the live. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on the tube and want to send a super chat, I will read that out and make sure we're taking care of my brother Carbon while he's here. Make it MAGA crash out. Carbon, what the was that?
It's listen, I'm a masochist. I subject myself to these people all the time, a little bit of pain never hurt nobody.
Hold on. So that just popped up again for misinformation, but I think that just popped up twice, but he's already gone. I don't know. Kay, what do you think? I got that same one twice for misinformation, but he was already gone. So let me know.
It's happened to me before. I usually just like if I don't see like when you know how you swipe to the right or swipe to the left, have like if it doesn't have like a warning there, I just keep going. But sometimes I go based off my gut and just restart sometimes.
Yeah. Just Brooks, are you a Trump supporter? Just Brooks, are you a Trump supporter? Just Brooke going once. Just Brooke going twice. So
he lied about his age. Oh, he's 17. Austin.
Hey, don't say that out loud.
Yeah, guys.
I hate Lewis. Are you a Trump supporter? I hate Lewis. Are you a Trump supporter?
Ain't nobody here today?
I don't think so. Oh, and they're gone. MAGA's defeated. They're literally defeated. They're literally defeated. They have no substance, nothing to offer. Like, what are we even doing anymore? W's in the chat for Bread Knight, who sent a $1 donation saying, just got here. Hope your night is going well. They've been crashing all night, friend. If you just got here, you've missed the most amount of crash outs. And even Carbon, I've never the last guy, I'm blaming that on Carbon. Carbon made him crash. So there's that. That's what happened. It's been wild tonight.
I just ask them for a source and then, just put your feet on the table and just watch them crash out.
Yeah. Somebody said, what's the YouTube's? It's Santana Speaks. Santana Speaks over on the tube. Santana Speaks over on the tube. Listen, not gonna lie. I think that I think it's calling it time. I think it's time to call it. They're not gonna come up because they are a bunch of babies. But chat, before we go, would you like to hear, is there anyone in the chat on the TikToks or over on the tube who has not heard the Brunch with My Creator song? Put a 7 if you have not heard the Brunch with My Creator song. Also, W's in the chat for Kylie, who sent a $25 donation saying, taking down one MAGA at a time. Listen, actually, I took them down like 15 at a time. They can't handle me. I took out a whole swarm of them, a whole infestation of MAGA. I took them all down. All right. So you guys want to hear it?
I think they want to hear it.
I don't think they want to hear it.
I think they want to hear it, Santana.
I don't think so. I saw someone say no.
I put their name down.
That's the third time this came up.
I'm keeping track.
Shit. All right. Let's do it. And then we're going to get out of here. Just because it's my favorite song, we'll close with this one. Ready? Let's get it.
Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real love, no filter, no show. See at a table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? It's the human side of the screen. Grab a plate, take a sip, and let's unwind. Tell me what's really on your mind. Beyond the likes and the crazy trends, what's the story you don't post to your friends? No scripts, no filters, just you. What makes you laugh, what you've been through? The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. We talk it all before the moment goes. No spotlight stress, just your real side. No highlight reel, just the truth inside. What's the dream you keep tucked away? What keeps you grounded at the end of the day? See, this ain't for the clout or the fame. It's for the soul behind the name. So come on in, let the people see the human like you and me. Brunch with my creator, yeah. We're just having some fun. Just relax, sharing the moments when the cameras are done. The real you, real life, no filter, no show. Seat at the table, let the world know. Brunch with my creator, can you see? It's the human side of the screen. We laugh about the comments, the wild DMs. Talk about the real when the screen goes down. What keeps you strong when the pressure's high? How do you heal when the love runs dry? What's your why? What keeps you moving still? What's the joy the algorithm can't kill? The wins, the losses, the lessons learned, and the moments where your spirit burned. Then we open the floor, let the people say hi. They've been watching your journey, now they see why. It's more than content, it's connection too. And today's the day they meet the real you. Cause behind the post there's a beating heart. Behind the numbers there's a work of art. Brunch with my creator, that's the space. Mask off, let me see your face. Brunch with my creator, yeah.
We're just having some fun.
Relax,
sharing the moments
when the cameras
are done.
Real you, real love, no filter,
No show. Seat at a table,
let the world know. Brunch with
my creator, can you see? It's the human side of the screen. Brunch with my creator, girl. Brunch, hey.
Brunch with my creator, yeah.
Listen, someone said, dang, that's a whole song. Yes, literally, Brunch with my creator, Sparring with Santana, and Late Nights with Santana. All three of them have unique songs for each live, and you have to be able to get here at the start of the live normally to hear them. All three of them have their own individual intro song. What'd you think, Carbon?
I like it. Somebody said it got nursery rhymes, but it fit. It worked.
Listen, it's a bop. It's based off of the premise about Brunch with My Creator, which is a like a fire style chat interview where we sit down and we interview different content creators and we talk about like the reason they do what they do. We get an understanding as far as what motivates them and like just all those other things, right? And so that's what Brunch with My Creator is all about. So, yeah. Carbon, are you going live?
Right after this.
Okay, I've already got YouTube set to head over to you. So guys, if you're not following Carbon, go ahead and hit that follow button, and Carbon is gonna go live. So if you're over on the TikTok, just make sure you follow him, and once he's live, we'll do a Santana raid. If you're over on YouTube, I got it set up that he's already live on YouTube. So it's automatically going to redirect over to Carbon. All you got to do is hit the accept. That's all you got to do. No stress. You don't have to go search for them. You don't have to do all. Listen, I did all the work for you because I am kind. I am loving. I am caring. I want to take care of you. So we got to set up. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Not going to lie.
Take it easy.
Not feeling the greatest tonight. I played through the pain. I'm not feeling 100% at all. I don't know what it is. I think I gotta go take some meds. Anyway, guys, go catch Carbon. Last call. If you look up at the top and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. I am. I don't know what it is. I got a headache and I'm not feeling, I don't know. It just started earlier today. So I think I'll be okay. Anyway, guys, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm going to get out of here. I will catch you guys. I'll probably be running through these TikTok streets tomorrow. I don't think I'll be live, but I'll be around. Anyway, guys, I love you all so much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being amazing. Thank you for all the taps, the gifts, the likes, the shares. Thank you all for just being you. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. eat water Tylenol. I'm supposed to eat water? I don't know. I don't know if I can eat water. Anyway, I love you guys. And as always,